You guys killed the puddings that came out of the boxes, and you're running up. You are currently running up.
Are they tasty? I want pudding now.
I wouldn't recommend eating them, though you're welcome to try.
If I were Frankie, I would eat them. Oh, my bunny's going to try to bite the captain again.
But he's at full health.
Oh. Okay.
Korax,
Then
is
my
it?
bunny's not going to try to...
I am at full health too, if I remember correctly.
Oh no, it's because you never finished leveling up.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
You probably should have done that within, like, the week we
I
had.
forgot I leveled up. Okay. Usually we don't. Usually we don't. So, well, that's a lie too. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Didn't level up me.
Anyway, yeah, you didn't because you weren't there.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, now I roll 20 is dying because of the pure. I'm gonna do that later.
No, you should probably level up now.
Okay, I'll do it now. But continue narrating.
You're all running up away from the crates, now knowing that this thing is pretty much infested by puddings. The cargo was black pudding, so whether it was a weapon to be delivered or something other than that, you know, it is what it is.
Who knows? The crew is dead.
Most of the crew is dead.
They really are.
And you run up.
Oh God. Oh,
Is
Christ.
Pachaco not coming?
Nope.
I thought he was just...
He said he already had a game today.
Yeah.
And you guys...
Ooh, Star Wars is done downloading.
Yay, good for you, Mariner. Good for you, man.
get to the main deck where the other crew... What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. What is
What
going
is
on?
going on? That was a lot of noise just now.
Shut up, Godtier.
Okay, Dad.
Excited dog going outside. That's all it is.
Yay!
Anyways, yeah, I was trying to talk, but I didn't realize.
What was that noise?
You went live for some reason?
Ignore that. I'm totally paying attention.
Anyways, I'm gonna try and get the. I'm just gonna tell the main group to stay upstairs, and I'm gonna comb the second floor for any other survivors or people.
We should run away.
That's what I'm telling you guys. You boys get to the other ship, Rocky.
We weren't hired to save people.
Rocky, the cargo. You saw the cargo. That's scary.
Yeah, we don't have enough room for everybody.
Well, most of these folks are just animals, you know. Like it can't be that bad. We can just drop them off as soon as possible. Listen.
Then we can't take an entire crew of people on so.
Most of the crew's dead, he says, pointing at like the giant mass of corpses beside him.
So what are you going to come for?
Just gonna see if there's any other survivors, and
Can you put me up there?
I'll figure something out. We want to, Rocky. Just let me try.
Do I have 10 minutes?
No.
Can you drag me up there?
Are you not? Oh, yeah. I thought
I'm
you were
not.
gonna-
Yeah. Gracias.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. I'm included. All right.
Rocky
What?
walks over to where there's a
What the shit is this?
dock thing, and he's telling you all to start walking across to get to the ship. We'll decide what to do with you guys when you get across.
USA. Oh wait. Korax is gonna want.
Who else is going?
I'm gonna leave.
All right. And that's.
Do I have 10 minutes now?
No. You will not get 10 free minutes for quite a while.
Damn. Can I chant while doing things?
No.
Damn.
Get rid of
You're
this
not going to
again.
be able to cast a spell for quite.
It's not what I
like
want
that.
to do.
I want to
There we
call
go.
my ram.
We're in the middle of a transition. That's why you can't do it.
It says it says that I sing a chant for 10 minutes.
You do, but you don't have time to just start fucking singing.
And
Why
then
not?
the rooster broke out into song.
Yeah, the rooster's always breaking out in the song.
If you sing, I'll
They'd
curse
attack you and you'd be fucking on trial like Godtier. We're in a transition phase.
Somebody.
All right, am I at least able to provide the background music with some light strumming?
You may strum very, very lightly.
Okay, I do a light strumming.
Robex, what are you doing?
Yeah, Brobix, what are you doing, buddy?
Okay.
No, they're gone.
Another-
Everyone else left.
They're all gone?
Yeah, they left the ship.
Hey Mitsu, really
So-
quick, is that totally the Mandalorian armor?
What do you mean Mandalorian armor? What are you
From Mandalorian?
What are you looking at?
You're on my stream.
Oh, yeah, that definitely is the Mandalorian armor. Not
Even with the gun.
yeah.
Not the armor, but like.
I mean,
the
it
gun
has
is-
the
it's
little
definitely, like,
Boba
a
Fett
promo item.
thingy, but I mean,
And it's like a red color, but yeah.
It's the same fucking
it's
armor,
pretty-
and it's
We're
that
moving.
same gun
It's
too.
definitely a promo thing. It's definitely a promo.
You know what, Star Wars is gay. We're getting onto the ship.
Yeah. Why are you playing this game?
I'm not.
You say I'm the
As
game
you
going through the
as
shop.
you stream the game. Whatever.
Anyways, after that interruption, I am going to look back and forth, and I'm just gonna.
You
quickly
notice like a lot of the crew is kind of like panicking and stuff.
I'm gonna go down to the second floor and see if there's any survivors down here.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few, and they're all panicking. You remember, your job is not to save these people, though. You start to hear the sound of cannons being prepped.
What's our job?
Your job is to deliver cargo.
Not your job. I'm not with you guys. Remember?
Our job is to get out of there and survive because I need to have another Zebus.
So again, you hear the sounds of cannons being prepped. Roll insight.
Who?
Calvin Brobix. You can tell that your captain is not going to let this dangerous ship full of dangerous cargo just, survive.
Fuck.
There's crew all around. Some are panicking, some are confused, some are sleeping.
How many are there? How many survivors are there?
A lot.
Alvin, you're an orc. Get out of there.
It's not an answer.
Go behind.
There is 7, 8 including Pachaco. And
Oh my
Rocky told
God.
you you're not allowed to bring, you're not supposed to bring more people on. There's not enough room, or food, or anything.
For goodwill.
Your job isn't to save people, remember that? Your job was to investigate.
I know what my job is, Crow.
Alright.
I jump across. Okay.
Oh,
No more.
you're not going to even say
expanded-
Pachaco.
just-
Okay. I thought at least you were going to grab one of them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's not part of my job, you know.
I mean, it's not.
it's
Do
just
I
that it's
notice?
the job.
Do I notice that Pachaco's not with us?
I mean, you've noticed it for a very long time. He hasn't been with you for quite a bit. He was in the med bay the last you remember.
I was trying to gradually lead to me grabbing Machaco and jumping across, but I guess it's the job. I just leap across.
I go to Rocky Balboa.
Ooh.
There's a acquaintance of mine that I don't see on the ship.
Well, he's probably not. He'll probably go down the ship then.
Can I have 5 minutes to go grab him?
No. We're gonna have 5 minutes.
What about
Rocky.
2 minutes?
That's still enough time. You can get 1, and if you're not back, we're gonna fire upon the ship. And if you're in there,
There's only one person I don't recognize, or there's only one person I recognize is missing, so I will go grab him.
You have 1 minute.
Okay, I jump over.
Well, you're gonna run across a thing. I don't think you have enough speed or strength to long jump over the ship. Yeah. All right. So let's see. You're gonna try to run throughout
I
the
have
ship down.
flap.
You have what?
Flap.
Do you have flap?
Yeah.
You can use powerful feather arms to propel yourself up to a distance equal to half your movement speed. What's your movement speed?
30, so 15 feet.
You should have just ran across the plank.
No, I'm in a hurry.
The plank is
Planks are
longer, but
slow.
I'll say it works.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
You can use it in conjunction with a regular jump, so I'll let him.
Yeah. I did a long jump as well.
Sure. So you're on the main deck of the ship now. You know he's in the med bay, which is the second
I
floor.
go down to the med bay.
Sure.
I can't move my character, so.
Tis the
Oh,
minor
I'm on the
issue.
wrong layer.
You sure are, Crow. You
Well,
sure are.
Mr. Balboa, if you ever get hungry, you can eat this friend he's bringing back.
You see crew loading cannons, other people on the ship. You get to the med bay. You notice a knocked out pollo chicken.
I attempt to grab him.
Yeah, you grab him. He's knocked out. You have no issues.
I run back up.
You do that. Let's see how long this takes you. Roll your athletics. That'd be speed, right?
I think so. Probably. That makes sense.
Who knows?
My athletics sucks compared to my acrobatics.
Ah, that's still enough. You get there just in like 55 seconds as you jump across. Very, like, action... Okay, hang on. I don't want to grab 3 people. Very, like, action movie style. Behind you, explosions go off as cannons start to being fired.
I don't look at explosions.
Absolutely. Of course, you do not look. And it like, slow motion all around you. And everyone is looking. And you just see, like, massive explosions. And the ship just gets unloaded upon. You see a lot of crew members, like, looking out in panic before sinking along with the ship.
Well, that was pretty cool, eh?
Rocky looks over.
Just another day at sea.
Rocky looks over. I feel for the crew, but, we don't have enough people. You look, you boys getting on. And to be fair, you might not even stay here. We have to decide.
Hey, look, there's 2 of me. I can be at 2 places at once. Ah.
Well, we have to decide what to do with you. Unfortunately, your ship was bad, which means you could be bad. We'll see what to do with you, but first we gotta put the hedgehog on trial.
Hey, boss.
I mentally think that my rabbit should disappear.
Sure. Everyone looks
Rabbit
at it. Rocky looks at it. That rabbit just disappeared.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He is a friend of mine.
There was a rabbit?
Alright. New.
Wait, there was a rabbit?
Captain Anderson goes, alright.
You aren't here.
By the way, why are there just a whole bunch of legions?
That is the crew.
Are they? Do they actually look like
Kronos
that?
would love this ship, by the way.
That was
Kronos would love this
established
ship.
last session.
I know, but did they actually look like Legion? Are
No.
they actually Legion?
No.
They're just people?
Yes, it's just the tokens I use to differentiate.
I was going to be excited, but now I'm just depressed. Anyway.
Captain Anderson
You're
yells over that it's time to begin the trial. You're all...
Well, I'm excited.
Brabux leaps over mightily
You do that.
in one bound. Because of the jump spell that I can do at will.
I'm just going to saunter over there, politely excuse myself. Does this man look wizardly?
He does, but
So
he's
it's-
ignoring you. He's paying attention to his own captain.
Do I have 10 minutes now?
No.
This is trial. You can't interrupt it.
I wouldn't recommend doing anything that could get you tossed off the ship and left for dead.
But if I do get tossed off the ship, a ram that can fly would definitely be helpful.
But you wouldn't be able to catch up to the party.
Are they traveling faster than 80 feet around?
Yes.
80
Damn.
feet around. 80 feet around.
They are a fucking really fast ship. Ships are fast.
How do you think we caught up with you guys?
Captain Anderson goes...
I mean, aside from blowing holes in your ship.
Captain Anderson goes, Hedgehog, you're accused of killing the captain of your last ship. And you admit it, apparently.
Yeah, I sure did kill him, but it wasn't on purpose.
You hit him.
Yeah, I sure did.
That sounds like
I
on
was
purpose.
trying to knock him out and just try to make him stop causing further death and panic on his ship.
So you're admitting to not only murdering your captain, but also committing a mutiny.
Well, that's not exactly the case, sir.
You were trying to
'cause
stop your captain with physical force. That sounds like a mutiny to me.
I don't know what the definition of mutiny is, sir. I've never been on a ship.
Everyone pretty
Then
much.
don't claim you're not committing something if you don't know the definition of it.
Thank you,
Listen, all
Robix.
I'm saying is that the captain was causing a lot of trouble there, eh?
And it's
I
your
slap
job
him
to
across
follow
the
the
face.
The
cap.
death of many of his crewmates.
And yet it's
and,
your job
I
to
slap him
follow.
across the face to shut him up.
You do that. That's a save.
You wouldn't go listen to Captain Anderson. Soil.
Captain Anderson
Save,
looks
Captain.
at you guys and goes, looks
don't
at
care.
the other crew. So Alan Adale, Korax, and he goes, "Would you two have anything to say to speak in the defense of this one?"
I never interacted with him personally.
So is that a
I
no?
was. I looked at Alan Dale. Do I? I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. I never knew him to cause trouble. He was just
Okay,
annoying.
that's not what we're asking. We're not asking for character of his. We're asking, do you have anything to say in his defense? He not only admits to murdering the captain, but also trying to, also just straight up attacking him to try to stop him, which is
I mean,
grounds for mutiny.
Yeah, from chilling.
So do you have anything to say in his defense?
no, because that's sort of what happened.
All right. What about you, Chicken?
Is that me?
Yes.
I kind of ruffle my I kind of ruffle my I'm a rooster. So obviously it was a little intense. One of your cannonballs killed my bird, so I was a little distracted. But all I can tell you is that the crew were pleading with the captain to slow down so that you could catch us. And I point to the accused, was trying to mediate, stop the people from attacking the captain, stop the captain from attacking. That's the last thing I saw. I did not see him lift his hand to the captain. Like I said, minute or seconds before apparently he got killed, I just know he was trying to stop the violence.
Indeed. And maybe your words would have held weight if he himself didn't admit to killing the captain. If he pleaded innocent, perhaps your words will have maybe even made us think otherwise, that he didn't kill the captain. But him admitting it kind of really put a real stamper on that whole trying to stop or mediate.
I mean, I was trying to stop him beforehand, but he wouldn't listen, eh?
He's still your captain.
And? I mean, he was gonna kill the entire crew and everyone on the ship and prevent you from doing your job.
And we would have stopped him.
Captain
Yeah,
Anderson.
you
Yes,
went on the
Robix.
ship and killed everyone on it, including ourselves. But now you have us instead. Much more helpful.
Quiet you. I hit him across the face again because he's talking over.
Sure, you slap him.
Anyways, this man has disrespected the law of the sea. While I don't speak for his friends, I believe he needs to be punished accordingly.
Indeed. I will take advice from my advisors. Robix, how would you say he should be punished?
As much as I despise those who disrespect the rules of the sea and the rules of the ship, and as much as I like smashing, I believe he had somewhat good intentions, so maybe the brig is the nicest thing we could do, depending on his behavior.
The nicest. So you think we should do the nicest thing? Remember, the path of hell is paved with good intentions. Good intentions doesn't accuse him of, or acquit him of murdering and mutinying.
Is it murder if it wasn't preemptively planned, though?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not. Then it's just
Pretty
preemptive
sure
murder.
it
It's
is.
still murder. No,
No,
it's
that'd be manslaughter, actually. There's a difference.
cool.
Uh,
No,
That's not the rule of the sea. The
Corax
rule
is
of the
gonna,
sea is you
well,
be
this is
captain,
go-
you're a dick.
Corax is gonna shift his bird skull. Actually, manslaughter is an accidental killing. It's like hitting
Yeah,
someone
I
with a
didn't mean to kill
chariot.
him, which I already said.
But you attacked him, which is still murder.
So
No,
Alan,
both, actually.
Alan is going to
You're still
start
disrespecting
strumming
the
the
laws.
dirge of the video I just posted.
Is it the fucking...
I can't watch it, but yes.
It's the like da 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 da.
Brabbix, do you still believe we should do the nicest thing and just put him in the brig? After all, he is
what do your other
he
advisors
has
have to
proven
say?
himself to be untrustworthy. Though he has admitted to killing, he has shown that he is not faithful to any captain, and if he decides that what is best, he will attack and kill whoever else is in charge to stop him.
Well, what do your other advisors have to say on the matter?
I didn't ask the others, right? I asked you right now.
Oh. Well, you said advisors.
I did, and I asked you first.
Fair enough. You understand my confusion.
Confusion. Confucius.
After this hindsight, I retract my statement.
Very well.
I
So
got
what
a question
do you think we should do?
That we got here. What exactly?
You are denied questions.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, but okay.
Brabbix.
It's how it works on the sea.
Brabbix, shut the prisoner up.
I'm going to take off my boot, pull off my filthy sock, and I'm just going to shove it in his mouth. Then put the boot back on sock.
That is disgusting, Brabbix.
Well, I'll keep him shut up.
So, what is your recommendation that we do? If you would like, I will get back to you after I consult with the other advisors.
Yeah, get back to me. I need a minute to think. I'm not too good at that.
My headset is refusing to charge. Oh, there we go. Okay. He goes, Joker, helmsman. I think he's the helmsman. What do I call him? First mate pilot. What do you think?
I mean, he would be the
helmsman.
Helmsman, yeah.
Oh no, I fucking backed out! God damn it.
Let's go!
Uh-oh.
Let's go!
I hate when I accidentally press the buttons on the side. I wish like it would get rid of the fucking stupid ass thing where if you... Alright. The Joker goes... Well, we could just have him walk the plank, leave him out to sea to die. Solus? Well, I could always use more experiments in the medical bay. His body would provide nice experimentation. I suggest a swift death, and donate the supplies to research. After all, if I'm able to research more properly, I could provide better medicine, perhaps pain meds, or even disease meds for...
My body wouldn't work.
You are currently shut up. You have a sock in your mouth. Did you forget?
Yeah, I spit it out.
You try to do that.
You try to. You can't. You can't.
It's a sock. There's nothing holding it in.
It's shoved in deep. Your entire body is...
It's held in by anything.
Brabbix, punch the prisoner and knock him out.
Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And since he's tied up, you'll have advantage. And we're just going to say you do that until he gets knocked out, because that would literally just do that. There's nothing stopping you, and he can't defend himself.
I'm just doing 3 because it looks cool.
My headset's not charging.
I mean, you'd have to get above 19 just because of my spikes.
I've gotten
you basically take piercing damage.
Considering he'll have advantage to every single attack, it's beyond possible to say he wouldn't even get 1 crit. He would. Plus, all those do get above a 19. Yeah.
Yeah, I got above 19 every time.
Eventually, you're going to get knocked out.
I'm not saying that he would have to get above 19.
Sure. Eventually, you're going to get knocked out, though. There's nothing saying it wouldn't. Yeah. So, he's going to just punch you to get knocked out.
But on average, he would eventually fail and take a little bit of piercing damage. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, not.
I mean,
Aradale, do you have any
you say he
spoons?
wouldn't, but he would. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. At some point, you hit my quills.
You can
Okay,
use
you
your
can use your
action to
action to
curl
curl
up.
up.
You
You
are
are
being
tied up.
restrained. You cannot curl.
I mean, you say that, but I could easily break out.
No, you
I'm
All right,
choosing
break
not to.
out.
break out.
Roll a crit and break out.
Try to break out right now.
So you break out. Is that what you're
is it
saying?
Athletics or acrobatics?
It'll
Or
be
what is it?
athletics or strength. It'll be strength to try to break out the ropes.
Would it be strength save or just
It's
strength?
just strength.
Easily.
Uh-oh.
So it begins.
My headset keeps fucking dying. I don't know if it's gonna last.
Aladale, do you have any spoons? You don't have any
Maybe?
spoons.
What do you
dear
need
lad.
spoons for?
Have you never seen a crow play the spoons?
I've never seen a crow play the spoons.
I'm about to play the spoons, man. But he loves these spoons.
I think I saw some spoons on Polo. Polo?
I must kill a
You
pollo.
could look in my. I might have some spoons here. I'll untie me and I'll check.
You can't talk! You have a sock in your mouth!
Yeah, there's still nothing holding it in.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but first of all, do you live alone? Are people around you?
Yeah, you can think that hedgehogs can't just regurgitate things when they do that all the time.
Okay, so the way the sock works is as it gets wet, I mean, legitimately, it's a thing.
Bigger.
Yeah,
So
and
they
hedgehogs
stick it
still
down your throat.
regurgitate wet matter all the time.
It doesn't matter. It's getting bigger
They
as it's in
literally
your
eat
mouth.
shit. This is nothing
Okay,
to me.
okay, so regurgitating something you've eaten is different than dislodging something in your throat. They can still choke.
Yeah,
Just
and
start killing
it would
each
be
other.
the same mechanism though, because your throat muscles are still.
No,
moving
it's
upward.
not.
Yes, it is.
Also-
I'm an animal scientist. I was an animal scientist in my first year at one of the highest.
All right,
animal
did everybody roll initiative?
universities in the entire fucking nation? So you can argue with me, but I'm right.
All right, did everyone roll initiative?
Guys
Yeah.
just trying to apply real
All
world
right.
logic.
The captain goes. Prisoner's trying to escape. Rocky Balboa runs up with his massive movement speed, and he looks down
He
at the
teleports
prisoner.
behind you.
Nothing personal, kid.
Oh my, what more shit to do?
Not a nap.
Holy shit!
Ah, yes, the automatic crit. Does he just always crit?
With an uppercut, yeah.
Like, is his crit range literally like 20 to, or like everything?
Yes, if it's a hit, it automatically crits. I think a 30
That's
hits.
fucking hilarious.
You have to do a DC 27 con save or be stunned for 13 rounds.
Hang on, let me minus the HP first, just to make sure. Yeah, I do survive that, however.
I
See,
mean,
don't
did you
think
already
you're getting
take-
out.
Did you already take the damage from being punched?
Yeah, I just did. That's what I was saying first.
Right.
No, I meant from Tristan, or not
Yeah,
Tristan.
no, because he didn't say that it did any damage.
Well, no, I guess that got negated because it was supposed to knock him out, but apparently he decided to escape. So I guess that whole
Right,
scenario
it got.
didn't
We're
happen.
gonna deal with it now. Yeah. So roll a
It's retcon.
DC 27 con save. All right, you fail. You're stunned for 13 rounds. Now,
What?
are you gonna ask what being stunned does, Tristan?
It
Oh,
gives you
for
everyone
Rocky?
advantage, but I'm restrained, so I already have advantage.
Well, no, I was gonna ask what Tuchanka could do because I really want to see him just shoot a hedgehog.
doesn't have
Hang on,
guns.
give me a second, because let me check something. Oh, I don't have Downing Soul. Never mind, I forgot.
You would have got
Tachanka
it.
is restraining himself.
I bet. I bet he's just sitting there like a warden, unmovable, undownable.
He's just making ambient sound as he sits there.
Uh,
We don't know where it's coming from. It's
Nazi.
just ambient.
There's just constant bass. The
Yeah,
air
I'm
is
knocked
heavy.
And while you're knocked
Jesus.
out with his two other attacks, boom, boom.
Oh my
You're dead.
god.
All right. Rocky goes, well, that sucks, but he did try to escape and kept, disobeying the court when, I mean, pretty much we were just gonna toss him overboard.
Is he unconscious or dead?
He's dead.
That would have only been 2 death saves, though.
No, because you're
No,
knocked
it's only
out.
two
It'd be a
hits.
crit fail because it's a melee attack. It'd be 2 crit fails.
Yeah.
Or 2 death fails.
Yeah, so I still would have a chance.
Which means it'd be 4 because he attacked you twice when you were down.
Yeah.
Well, I'm never disobeying. That was awful.
Damn.
It didn't have to. It didn't have to end like this.
It didn't have to end like
It
that.
really
Alan
just
plays a sorrowful tune.
It just really did not have to end like this.
But sometimes it do be like that, Rocky.
Sometimes it do be like that.
I'm
Captain
pretty
Anderson
sure it is
goes,
always like that.
"Well, Solus, it looks like you'll have your sample after all."
Yeah, good luck getting diseases from me who's immune to diseases.
I mean, that's really good though.
He never said diseases. He was just trying to say.
Yeah, they were saying shit about testing shit about diseases, which they can't do on
Right,
my body.
but if
because I'm
if you
immune.
do not get diseases, that's really good. They can use your body to maybe make immunities and shit.
Yeah, but it's not like antibodies or anything. It's just magic.
I mean,
so it still wouldn't work.
I wouldn't doubt a really high level sorcerer to wizard, whatever he is, to be able to do some funky shit.
I'm sure maybe.
Unicorns are magical. If you drink their blood, you still don't die.
You know,
That is true. However, some wizards can rip out the magical power of a unicorn and give it to something else.
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
dog.
I mean, some people make unicorn horns into fucking things.
And some people make them into dildos. And with
Yes,
that note,
sir.
I like how that.
That's how you
fucking-
get. That's how you.
Captain
Listen, that's
Anderson
how you
looks
get
at
the
you
vibrate
guys.
function.
Well, that was a very solemn
Just a-
thing. Unfortunately,
I'm playing solemn music.
you
I
are.
was going to say impressive. but
Anderson
then-
Anderson goes. Well, now we have to decide what to do with you all.
I like how fucking immediate response. is just killing
Turn
me.
I-
on your- turn
That
on
did
your-
worry me a second. Alan just kind of bows his head. I'm just a humble musician.
True, and none of you seems like have done anything wrong. Brabix,
Well,
you were with them.
Captain. They were very cooperative.
You were with them for a while. What would you recommend we do?
I would say, well, these two at least. I'm not sure about the knocked out chicken over there. Maybe he could make a good stew, but I don't know.
Was it knocked out
Anyways,
chicken on
these
that ship?
two.
Yeah, he's
Oh
over
yes,
there.
the rooster dragged him over. He says, pointing at Alan and Dale.
Oh.
But regardless, they've been very cooperative and honestly good company. Except the scary one. He seems kind of scary, but
Who's
not
scary?
as bad as the mutineer.
I agree. The bard is
Look
quite
between
scary.
you
The
two and
bard
guess.
is quite scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like loud music that much.
Oh, neither do I. But he
I'm
does.
more of a
He does have
percussion
some
man
skill.
myself.
I,
Hmm.
however, am adorable.
Is that what you call it?
I guess.
So,
I guess it's-
so they have been cooperative in a delay. What would you recommend then?
They can stay, but maybe watch for some time, see how they act.
Other crew? How do you? What would you say? Pretty much. If I just pretty much say they have no qualms. Tachanka just shouts some. What's the word I'm looking for?
Crushed.
Incorrigible? That's not the word. It's
Intelligible?
thank you. Intelligible fucking jargon. That no one can quite understand. Not even himself,
I-
probably.
Can I try to
Sure.
decipher?
Roll insight.
Please, God,
I
that
like how no one can understand Rocky. Fucking great.
Alright, well, let me see my rolls. Yeah, well, let me
Let's
even
go.
change it.
Um,
Is it rolling for you guys?
Bad.
Yeah, you got a 23.
Oh,
What's
You
the
can
use
tell
of
he's pretty much
that?
saying to kill the non-believers and the heretics all must die.
I
What?
am going to reciprocate that.
Whatever that means in regards to this situation, though, is unable to be seen.
If I looked at Tachanka and say Deus Volt, will he even understand?
I mean,
You start to get a headache once you look at him.
Do you want to try?
Yeah. I turned to Tachanka after hearing his spiel, and I raised both hands excitedly. Deus Volt!
He holds a fist up to you.
I bump it.
He bumps you back.
Yes!
You meet Tachanka's gaze, your head starts to feel pierced a bit.
I started to get a headache.
The sight of Tachanka lays upon me.
Very well. Bird, it seems like you will be our guests upon this ship. Feel free to make yourselves comfortable, and if you wouldn't mind giving us a hand, that would also be appreciated, but you won't have to. Now you can spend the 10 minutes, Maroner.
I don't think it's needed now.
80 feet of RAM. I wonder if Tachanka can one-hit me. Probably.
Maybe. I doubt it. He's not that high of a level. I mean, like,
Oh.
Rocky's the only one I made an actual thing for. Tachanka's using a stat block. What's your AC?
What? Mine's 11.
He would
What's
hit.
your AC 11?
Oh, he's a spellcaster with no
Mhm.
armor.
Do you not take mage armor?
No, I don't think so because
You should've.
we had like 3 or 4 frontliners at the beginning of this. Now we have Pachaco.
Yeah, but you have like 30-something spells. You should definitely always have mage
I
armor.
can kill something before it even gets near me. I can literally cast.
You have 12 AC, it looks like.
Oh, well, okay, 12 AC. That's fine too. I can literally cast. What's it called? What's it?
Yeah,
What is it?
What is it called?
Sanguine Horror, and I just have a meat shield for the rest of the thing. I don't need that. I can cast a blink and I can get out of there. Charm Person, Mosquito Bane. I don't know what that's good for.
From a legal standpoint, would have been excusable. Yeah, and what fucking court, though?
In every court.
Yeah, well, that's not
That's
how it works
literally
in
the law.
fantasy. You're using actual fucking logic in a high fantasy thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, in terms of actual standpoint.
Well,
it would've been
one,
legal
not
to
only
do
would
that.
you never know that,
Well, yeah, I wouldn't know that. If I had known that, I would have said that.
and two, it
Okay.
wouldn't have mattered.
First of all, you have to keep in mind that this would almost be more like a military court. You were serving a purpose. Even if you did civilian, even if this were on a modern day container ship, if you admitted to it and then tried to escape during the trial, you would be executed. They
I mean,
don't
I
put
was
up
just
with
trying
that
to be
stuff
able
at
to
sea.
speak to defend myself, because people get a legal right to be able to speak.
Right,
Not in the fantasy
and
realm.
well, no, you do, but he said that it's not your time to speak.
He was never giving me any time to speak.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know if you know this. Most of the time, you get to clear your name at the end. That's
Yeah, well,
normally how it works.
I was only given an introduction.
You
of the-
didn't let it
and then
get
they
to the
just
end.
completely
They
brushed
literally
off.
just started.
Yeah, and they still completely brushed it off, and they didn't even say, you'll be able to speak later. Which, if they had said that, then I would have waited. Instead, they just said, beat him, which is assault, and abuse of a prisoner, and illegal. And then they killed me completely, which is not how you deal with a mutiny, and completely ignored the one person that he was asking for the opinion of.
So, first of all, it's not illegal because you're on the high
Yes,
seas.
it is. If you beat
So-
a prisoner, that is illegal. That is abuse.
So that's actually not true.
Yes, it is. That is
So
completely illegal.
if you're in, I know this for a fact, by the way. You pulled the whole science card. I'm pulling the whole I have family in the Navy. So the only thing binding you is your contract to whatever ship you're
Yeah,
on.
but guess what? I
If
wasn't
you
in Mariner.
if
I
you
wasn't
are
in the Navy.
serving, well,
I
right,
also
but here's the
can't
thing:
sign a
if you
contract.
are so if you are sailing, just so you know, no one has the obligation to defend you. If you call SOS, people do that because they want to or because they want to try to keep the area safe. There is no legal right to save you. Pirates, they are not legally wrong.
Then
They
why
might
would
be
they
morally
legally uphold a
wrong.
mutiny? If anything, wouldn't they be patting me on the back for that because they wouldn't give a shit about
So,
it?
so you cut me off when I was trying to explain something. The only thing people are bound to on ships is whatever contract constitutes your service on said ship.
Yeah, but
If
I was
you
never
are
stated
serving on a
to sign a
Norwegian
contract.
cargo ship, you are bound by Norwegian law, even if you're from the United States. It's stated in your contract when you enter the ship.
Yeah, but it
That
wasn't
ship
a
is
contract.
entering under.
You had a
Okay, in
contract
the
with the previous
fantasy,
owner.
you had a contract
No,
to
there
the
wasn't.
captain.
There was never stated to be a contract.
Yes, it did. He countless times said we were contracted to stop mutinies.
You never said there was a physical contract.
Yes, it was.
They never said that we sign anything.
We didn't need to sign anything. It's an oral contract. We're adventurers. There's plenty of times that contracts can be held on us that we simply verbally agree to.
Yeah, but they had no proof that there was an oral contract.
You're on the ship.
And? We could have just been there.
Which meant you consented to being on the ship and following the rules of the ship. And you admitted to mutinying against the captain. That's all
the... mean you agreed to being on the ship. You could have snuck on. There's a million...
Which meant you still consented to be on there.
Yeah.
There's only two choices. There's two choices. Either you were a prisoner, which you never claimed to be, or you consented to be on there. It's just like if you come onto my property, it doesn't matter if you were coming on for legal or illegal purposes. You've consented to being on my property by stepping on it. Meaning whatever I do to you while you're on my property is your own fault. By law.
That's not how that works, but okay.
Depends what state you're in, but yes, it does.
Yeah, but that's not a universal thing, is what I'm saying. You're saying that as though it is universal, even though it isn't.
D&D, not argue semantics over why someone was killed. I just want to res people.
That in terms of modern terms, I'm right.
No, you're not.
Yes,
not even close.
I literally am. I looked it up and I'm right. I looked up the actual legalese of it and I'm correct.
You are not.
I am. I looked up the actual legalese of it and I'm right.
Legalese of it is very specific. And that's the thing. You like to think that there's clear black or white. There isn't.
What he was committing a crime.
You didn't know that?
It's only illegal if you get caught. I didn't know that,
but I'm saying in legal terms, the exact legalese says the acts of the subordinate done in compliance with an unlawful order given them by superior are excused and impose no criminal liability. So basically, even if you're following it, it doesn't matter. If you aren't following it, it also doesn't matter.
But here's the thing. What you just said, you're right. But you didn't just not do an order. You turned around and killed him.
Yeah, which means I'm still not compliable to it.
But you are.
Worded.
Anyways, I think you're one of those people that won't accept facts, so let's move on.
I mean, you've presented no evidence, so. You've just said, I know a guy, and I
well, you said the wrong thing. So you're...
the literal United States Court for Military Appeals, and you're just not accepting it.
Okay, first of all, that's military appeals. This would be more like a container ship. This would be more... in line with that.
Yeah, that was never my argument. I'm saying in a logical modern sense, I would still be correct. I never said in a pirate sense I would be correct.
No. Cargo ship, like modern day cargo ship. Non-military.
No,
that still was never my claim.
Chain lightning.
Cast chain lightning at 9th level.
No, 8th level at the highest.
It does.
I'm using shield from I'm using shield from energy. Lightning.
So are you not gonna do the ram? You decide against it now?
Yeah, I've decided that right now there doesn't seem to be a reason to.
Let's decide that, Calvin.
What are we deciding?
God, he's really high fucking insight.
I was just doing some joke rope at Tristan while Godtier was arguing.
Alright.
I know, but now you have to explain yourself.
And the ship's journey continues onwards. Captain Anderson basically says, well, we're going to need to... We can't go back. It'd take too long. We're going to need to go forward, because there's probably land ahead. Stock, redeck supplies. And if you guys would like to stay there, find your own way, you're welcome to. Or you're welcome to stay with us. Perhaps you might even wish to join us. We'd...
Permission to break the campaign? No.
Permission to get off this ship.
I mean, how would you break the campaign? I think Rocky would kill everybody.
Alan would just be like, I'll just choose now to leave. And
yeah, you teleport away and it just leave.
Yeah, I just leave.
You could. Just leave knocked out Pachaco, who's still injured, Korax, and Brabux.
No, I'd leave. I'd dip him.
Yeah, but how? Maroner has the teleport spell.
I mean,
how close to shore are we?
If someone wanted to, I could take them with me. I can take up to 8 willing people.
I keep going deaf.
But yeah, Alan could just dip at any time. He could just be like, I'm out, bye!
You could.
But no,
could-
for now, I will hang out.
Right.
I go up to the captain and offer any assistance I may be able to offer.
Well, the crew is not looking that hot, and I see you do have a loot on you. Would you mind giving moral support through your joyous jams?
I could definitely try, but I should warn you, the last crew did not like me.
Well, the last crew, from what I've heard from Brobix, was also pretty much starved, on the edge of a
Yes.
mutiny, and really just not having a good time.
That is all true. I attempt to brighten the crew's day with a song.
Absolutely.
I play Ode to Lolly.
What?
Oh, you need to post that.
I mean,
Okay.
it's Whistle Stop, but it's Ode to Lolly.
Oh, okay.
Or no, I mean, no, Ode to Lolly is even better. Let's do Ode to Lolly.
Is there anything I can do, Mr. Captain Anderson?
Well, you look like a man who has certain arcanic abilities. Why don't you go help Deck Wizard Solus with his research?
I'm gonna go scanter wood. Yeah, I mean, yes, sir. Also,
roll performance, Alan. Let's see those joyous jams of yours in action.
Right.
Your turn, Cora.
Ooh, yeah, they're very joyous. The crew, you're giving the crew some good morale.
That
It
is
seems like
the lowest I've rolled.
it seems like the ship is working pretty good. Anderson is, observing everything. Joker is still alone behind the wheel. No one's talking to him. Kind of the way he likes it, until Mass Effect 3.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't played Mass Effect 3, but from what I've heard, he gets a real hard on for ED.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. Korax. You see Solus
Yeah.
kind of like dissecting the body and like using magic. His eyes are like glowing. I think the picture I used is with glowing eyes too. Yeah, they are.
Is that the one with the red eyes?
Nah, that's Chanka.
Oh, okay. That's someone else. Okay.
And
I didn't
he's
see that.
using like arcanic abilities. You see like mage hands everywhere, kind of like grabbing stuff and everything. It seems like he has
Yeah,
like
I
50 of
imagine,
them on going at a time. It seems like he's not even like directly controlling them. He's kind of like hand on his chin looking down. His eyes are glowing though, so you can pretty much tell. Perhaps the source of his arcanic power is not from his eyes, but that's how he's using it. Kind of like how you use your hands for somatic components, he can use his eyes.
Oh, that's badass.
All right, there's the Ode to Lolly song.
Oh, I gotta hear this. Even though it's just the normal one.
Ooda lolly lay. That's great.
All right, Lolly day.
Calvin, you're scared.
What is even going on?
We're having a plot important thread. Calvin's spirit has been talking to me this entire time.
All right, Korax. You're with Solus. Yeah, all that stuff I said is happening.
Sweet. I knock on the door and ask if he needs any help.
Ah.
Wait.
Are you
Hello?
one of Arcanic talents?
Yes, sir. I think
Please come in.
I'm. Thank you. I step through the door.
What's the highest spell you know? The highest level of spells you could cast?
Power word pain would be the most complicated one I know.
I believe that is a 7th level spell.
Indeed, it is.
Do you have anything that may help with research? Any spells that may help with research? I'm afraid most of my spell books have been lost at sea.
Help with research. Blood puppet? Would that help?
I wouldn't help
Well, I
really. You'd just be able to control them.
You can control my dead body.
Yeah, it's not really helping anything.
I mean, I can control a dead person. I can summon an elemental. A horror.
You
Ice
can cause
soldiers.
demons to crawl out of people's chests.
I don't think I have that anymore.
Wasn't it you that casted that?
I do. But I'm just gonna.
Why is one of your
Well,
spells you kissing somebody?
Because I don't know. It sounded cool. Because now I also have charm person, and that's a lot of damage.
Here's my question. How do you kiss someone without any lips?
You peck him in the face.
It's a literal peck because you're a bird.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I took it.
That's a great pun.
Yeah, that's
I
why
was
it's
hoping
there.
someone would make that joke. That's why I asked.
Spells that actually help do anything productive? No, but I'm quite a productive bird myself. And you're welcome to
Do you have
look
anything
through
that
my
would
book.
provide poisons?
Probably. I can definitely make poison. Maybe.
May I see your book?
Sure. And I hand him my book.
He opens it, and his eyes glow once more as he reads it, and he hands it back. Thank you, I've memorized all the spells.
Fantastic. How did you do that?
What do you mean? You memorized the spells.
I can't do that.
It's magic, really.
Yeah, don't gotta explain nothing. It's magic. I understand.
Once you get good enough, you may cast magic to help you read even faster. I'm sure even you must know some spells, though I didn't see in your book. Read magic, detect languages, or that's not what it's called, comprehend languages. It lets you read languages and detect them at quite the speed. Now, if you dissect that spell and you can add things to it, you can read even faster.
I will think on this.
Well, thinking will not help you. It's
Well,
experience, really. Anyway, out of all the spells you had, do you have a slot for one for poison?
I
My spells are currently being used up, as you can see.
I can see that. I could theoretically create food and water, or some food, and then
It's not
wait,
poisoning.
and then, well, and then I cast decay on it.
Well, can't you cast decay on the body?
Yeah, sure, that works too.
That is what I'm asking, pretty much.
Well, then yes, we can.
Then please, decay the body.
Decay.
Decay is not prepare. Oh yeah, it is. It's a
It's a
on
cantrip.
creature you touch, you do. It does necrotic damage though.
Yeah. It's
You
not
rot
poison,
some of
which
the
is-
body. He looks at you. That is not poison.
What?
That is not poison. That is necro rot, or necrot, if you want to shorten it.
Corax blinks, looks down to his hand. Huh.
I didn't know that.
I just learned all this from my crazy uncle.
I see.
I apologize.
Are you gonna finish that? He says, pointing at the pile of necrotic rot you've created.
Are you? Did you walk down under deck to the science thing?
I'm traveling everywhere.
I'm afraid we still do need the bodies. He only rotted some of the body. It can be restored.
It can?
Yes, it can. He
Those are my favorites.
his eyes like light up once more, and you see the body start to like heal up a bit where it rotted.
Corax puts his hands in it. What?
I'd ask you not to make me
How?
use the remainder of my spells for
Yeah,
such wasteless attacks. I ask again, do you have anything that you could do to actually poison the target? Be it items, perhaps? Anything?
He's just rummaging through his bag. He's never actually had to do anything smart in his life.
This is boring. I'm gonna leave.
You're a wizard.
Yeah, a crazy wizard.
With an intelligence of 20.
necromancer.
He looks at you. Through reading your book, I realized you had one Eldritch Blast spell. The spell that does indeed poison a target. What about that?
Sure, let's try that one. That doesn't be cold.
Cold damage, but it poisons a target.
Sure, we'll do that one then.
To alcoholic poisoning.
He is dead. He fails. However, his
I'm
body
completely immune to
is still
poison.
immune. His Solus goes,
Yeah.
interesting.
Here, let me click on the thing so that everyone can see it if I can find it. Oh yeah, there we go.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Ooh, actually though, Ki wouldn't be flowing through your body. You're dead.
Yeah, because I guess it's life energy in it.
It is. It is life energy.
Yeah, because you're like specifically harnessing it and making it its own thing. So I guess my dead body wouldn't be immune to jack shit.
Interesting. Well, it seems like he can still be poisoned, but it does look like he is missing something. I am not quite sure what. Do you have any idea what he did in life?
Let's ask him.
Can you ask him? Do you have...
He snaps his fingers.
I am impressed. This will take 10 minutes to cast, though.
Yes, give me some time and we can actually talk to the stiffy.
What's your verbal component? What's she saying?
Get up, you lazy hack.
10 minutes pass.
Ooh, I'm a ghost there.
Alright, you can
Corvax.
ask the
How's
corpse
it
up to 5
going?
questions. It knew only what it knew in life. Answers are brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer truthful if it are hostile to you or recognizes you as an enemy. Spell does not return soul, only emanating spirit, thus the corpse can't learn any new information or comprehend anything that happened since it died, and it cannot speculate about the future.
Well, Solus, if ever that's your name, you can ask away.
Indeed.
Hello,
What?
hello, Lou.
Was your occupation?
That's a pretty difficult question. Thanks for a second. As though it's like a difficult question. I didn't really have one. I was more of a hermit, kind of just wandered the forest.
Indeed. What skills did you have?
Punching things really, really well.
Did you have any powers of sorts?
Punching things really fast and being immune to... Well, I couldn't get drunk after a certain point. I guess that was a special power. Also, I could fall from really high heights and not die from it, so that was nice.
Were you a follower of any of mystic arts?
If you call martial arts mystic, then I suppose you could say that would be a follower of some kind.
Ooh, martial arts. I heard there were monks who followed the ways of the martial arts. Perhaps he was a monk. Were you a monk?
Yeah, you could call me that. If you mean monk in the sense of a guy that punches things as opposed to a religious guy, sure.
And that was 5 questions. Indeed, he was a monk. That explains it. That means he must have followed the ways of the ancient chi being flowed through your body. I could probably use this and harness the powers. I might even be able to grant chi powers to a few select people. If I succeed, at least.
Would it be beneficial if he was more animated?
No.
No.
No, in fact, if he was animated, it would rot the body much faster. Not only that, I wouldn't be able to really experiment on him with a living target. Now, I would like you to leave me to my research, and you may go help someone else. Thank you for your time.
Cool. I'm gonna go hang out with the Chaka. Hopefully.
Sure. Robix, Alanadale, what you guys doing?
I'm playing more music.
Absolutely. Robix?
I'm just sitting at the edge of the. My neighbors were loud. Excuse me. I'm sitting at the edge of the ship and just kind of chilling, taking in the waves and shit.
Oh, I'm also going to ask Captain if we're good on resource, like food.
Oh yeah, we stocked up quite a bit. Though we do not have enough for a return trip. We have well over enough to make it towards a new destination to stock up on supplies and then head back.
Alan Dale nods and just lets him know that if he needs it, he can produce some food a day.
Thank you. All right. Robux, what are you doing? Stands on the edge of the ship, taking in the salty air.
I'm just enjoying myself.
Are you really trying to like fucking study Tachanka's gibberish?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna need. Well, it's gonna take a couple days. So for now, I'll roll another insight check. He starts blabbering unintelligible shit to you. Ooh, not enough, I'm afraid. But you do make out the gist of what he's saying. Basically, it's, heretics fill this world, and we're the ones who must purge them.
I understand.
Both, my friend.
Roll. What's your passive perception? 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13.
13. Nice. Roll
no.
perception.
Let's see.
You don't
Oh!
notice a goddamn thing about Tachanka. Out of the ordinary.
I'll try it later, though. I'm going to stick around.
Indeed.
But this is what I'll do for the rest
A
of my
day
days.
passes without incident. You seemingly get closer to your destination. The captain pretty much tells you guys that you are. He senses land nearby.
Senses.
Anyone doing anything this particular day?
I was praying on my birdie, Ashes.
You do.
I was communing with the
What was
spirit
your
of
birdie's thing?
the heart.
There's a 75% chance of returning to life. Roll me a d100. Highs or lows?
High is always good.
All
I'm
right.
gonna say high is good, low is bad.
So if it's above 76, it's not resurrected. Yeah, it's resurrected. Your bird seemingly sprouts up in your pocket from the ashes.
Yeah. And when I say high, I meant like, so 25 and lower would be bad. Anything over 25 would be good.
I usually do it like high or low, call it bad. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I normally do it like low percentage is bad, high percentage is good. So, but either way, my bird is back. Yay!
It is.
It is, in fact, what they call back.
Maybe it's
My bird and I are gonna do a duet.
Sure. Roll performance, both of you. I guess charisma for Ivari, unless it has performance on its thing.
Ah, it has
does.
performance because it's a singing bird.
Nice. So
Yeah.
performance for both of you. That's correct.
Oh my god. Alanadale's performance is the greatest performance in the fucking world.
It'd be really good if that one crit too, if the bird crit.
Aww.
But it is very nice.
I mean, she's rusty. She just woke up from being dead.
Being dead.
Yeah.
Got hit with a cannonball. That takes a lot to recover from.
But Alan is just so happy that she's okay.
Indeed. Guardian wants you to tell that chick to not lean on your 1920 Ford.
What?
Oh, he's talking about the fucking picture of Maroner with his really old car that's like just like really small. It's this one. I'll just repost it because he posted it right above.
Oh. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she'll put fucking handprints and shit on it.
Anyway. Oh no. Anyway.
Oh no.
Right.
Hey.
Solus continues to do his research. Tachanka, Korax. You walk up to approach Tachanka and you see him like he has like a bunch of what looks to be like dolls, but like really crude made dolls.
Is he making the nest dolls?
It doesn't appear so.
I tried to look at the dolls and decipher where they came from if I remember any reading about any dolls that resemble this, or if he's trying to make
Arcana. These appear to be voodoo dolls.
Oh!
Yeah. Damn, plus
They are designed to be, you know, some look like devils, some look like ghouls, some look like people. There's some of all races and stuff.
Damn, I went into voodoo.
Can I see if there's one of me?
There is not one of you.
I saw, thankfully.
And then you
And,
see him start to ignite one by one, each one.
That isn't what voodoo dolls were actually for.
Okay?
So he's setting him on fire.
He is. And he
He
looks
is.
very relaxed and he's at peace. And he speaks a bunch of gibberish out loud. I need you to roll an insight check. He says death to the heretics, pretty much.
I write that phrase down in the Tachanka dictionary.
You do
Is
that.
that what it's called entitled?
Yeah.
The Tachonctionary?
The Chunctionary, yes.
The Chunctionary.
And I ask him. I try to say it in his language, but I ask him I can if he's up for our lessons, or not our lessons but our sessions in an hour or two.
He looks at you and says some other words. Insight check. He basically says, time is irrelevant when there are heretics to kill. So he'll be down.
I write that down too, so that's essentially a yes. Okay, I nod and then I give him a little fist bump and I go about my day.
Indeed. Yours, and later on, there's really nothing to do. We're just skipping days until something happens. And it tells me how many days. You do your sessions with him. Roll an insight check. Ooh, you get down quite a few slogans and words. You feel like you're understanding him better, but it's going to take a while still.
Is there anyone I can learn stuff from?
Depends on what you want to learn. He's trying to learn a made-up language that only one fucking person speaks.
I mean, hey, that's useful knowledge. That could be great
No,
for
it's
code.
No,
Like in World War II with
Navajo
what
code
was
talkers.
used in World War II?
Navajo.
Yeah, Navajo, and the Japanese couldn't figure it out because no one fucking speaks Navajo.
What would you try to want to learn, Alan?
I'm gonna buddy up with Rocky.
What do you want to learn?
Maybe he could teach me some sparring moves.
Maybe. You'll have to ask him. Roll perception, Korax, now, after your sessions are over.
Praise God, please.
You notice there's something not quite right. You can't quite tell, but beyond the piercing gaze of Tachanka, there is something not right.
Maybe I'll spend a whole day instead of doing lessons trying to figure out what that not right feeling is.
You could do that.
I might do that. But
All
I
right.
don't want to
Allendale,
fight the rat.
are you going to go up to Rocky and ask?
I'm gonna go up to Rocky and ask.
Okay. What do you want?
I noticed that you seem to be a great hand-to-hand specialist.
Hey, you know me. I got the jibby, no, 1-2 punch it in the down.
Yeah, I noticed. It was amazing. I was wondering if there's any chance you might be able to teach me a move or two.
You look to be like the front and sort. It seems like you're more backliner. So I don't know how much I can teach you, but we'll see what you start as. Maybe you could surprise me. Get one hit on me. Maybe I'll teach you something.
All right. I put my loot away and I put my wings in like a boxing position, and I try to get a hit on him.
Yep. Roll. If it's just an unarmed attack, roll your strength would be.
Oh, this is gonna go so bad.
You don't even come close to hitting him. In fact, you don't even touch him. You kind of like wave your feather in front of him a bit, and he looks at you. Is that it?
Can I try again? I'm not the most athletic.
You would try. You still miss, but it was closer this time. You did hit him, just not do any sort of damage at all. He looks at your hand.
I'm gonna kind of huff and say that I think that's the best I got.
Are you sure?
I mean, I guess I'll try. I'll try one more, but that was a pretty good one for me.
Win for that.
Yeah, it's not happening.
All right. How well can you take a punch?
I shrug. I guess we'll find out. I put my hands up in like a defensive position.
Yeah. So you'll be just basically taking the dodge action.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's happening?
He still hits.
Rocky's beating the shit
You don't
out of
take any damage, but he does just straight clock.
Yeah,
you.
he just clocks me.
Really, it just breaks right through your guard. Well, yeah. You might need to learn something to stand up against anybody, really.
Yeah. I once traveled with a monk that was thinking about teaching me some boxing lessons, but unfortunately he didn't survive an encounter.
All right, we got some time. Come over here. I'll teach you a jab. I'll pretty much
Awesome.
teach you some jibs. And the day pretty much progresses with Rocky like throwing his jab out, punching like the wall, and trying to teach you, get you in the right form and stuff. Uh, roll. What would be a good wisdom? Wisdom good for learning. Roll wisdom.
I would,
Totally.
A
yeah,
wisdom check
probably.
to see if you can like absorb this information. How easily you can absorb this.
Oh my gosh.
Not much
Wow.
today could you absorb information. Another day
Especially.
passes. Corax,
Hmm.
what are you doing today?
Today, I am going to put aside the dictionary because it's pretty big. It's pretty hefty. I have multiple pages, I think, and I'm going to try to
Mhm.
decipher or interview Tachanka and ask, his backstory and try to see what this feeling I have around him is.
So trying to decipher it, you spend pretty much all day following him around and waiting for something. Roll perception.
God, please.
Nice. Roll insight. Nice.
Oh my God.
You notice he hasn't once taken off any of his armor or his helmet. Do you decide to ask him and interview him now?
Um, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll be like, Tachanka, I have some questions.
Every question
buddy."
you asked about his past or what he did or anything like that seems to be avoided, but like not avoided purposely. It seems like he genuinely does not know.
Amnesia.
Corax nods and says in his Tinctionary, well, death to all heretics. Good day, buddy.
Indeed.
And pats him on the shoulder.
Alan, are you going to continue training with Rocky today?
Yes. Until I find something else where my talents might be needed, I will continue to train with Rocky if he will be up for it.
Mm-hmm. Roll wisdom to see how well you imprint his trainings upon you this day.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
How are you getting so low? You have a +2 and +3 there.
I know. I'm literally rolling trash. I'm a jack of all trades, which is the +2, and I have 16 wisdom, which is the plus.
3,
Freaking
yeah.
yeah. So, oh my God.
Brobix, what are you doing this day?
I'm just gonna converse with the captain lightly.
Indeed.
Just light talk. Like it seems these newcomers are getting along well with the crew.
Indeed. I'm glad not more had to suffer a terrible fate. I can only
Me
hope
too.
Solus is finding a use for that one's body.
What is it? What are they doing with my body anyway?
Solus is like taking you apart, putting you back together, burning your body,
Dissecting,
re-
running chemical tests.
yeah, running chemical tests, burning your body, but then healing it back up. Literally,
Oh, are they doing any vivisection?
vivisection. Is that just
I mean, vivisection
Second?
is dissection, but when
Yeah.
you're alive. So technically, they're dissecting
For some
you.
reason I thought you could do it with dead things, but maybe I was.
Yeah, that's called dissection.
Because I might have misread Dr. Moriau's Island.
a new day passes? Your conversation goes along nicely, Brobix. And it's pretty nice. You will enjoy it.
Brabux is up in the crow's nest
Indeed.
with a pair,
Solus,
with like a little telescope.
Solus walks up and approaches the captain and begins talking. And then Solus walks over to the party. Ah. Corax, was it?
Yes.
And Bard? I've not got your name.
I go by Alan. Alanadale.
He nods at you. Alan. Brobix.
I nod back.
I have
He
conducted.
comes down.
I have finished my research on the hog, the hedgehog.
The hog.
It seems he was in possession of a power known as Chi, life energy, when he was alive. Power he was able to control it masterfully and use it for various things, such as to be immune to disease when he was alive. Now, I was able to siphon some of that power. Not much, because unfortunately he was dead. If he was able to be alive and use his experiments, maybe I would have gotten more. But for now, and he holds out like a pound of flesh. This may look
Alan
gross.
kind of holds up his hand.
Yes?
Would you like him to be alive?
No. Not right now. Considering I've taken most of him
Alan,
apart. Um,
that wouldn't be a problem.
well, let's not do that. I think I'm a little worn out. I've been on this research thing for days.
I have a magical friend that would be able to help out with that. Just keep in mind for later.
Now, this pound of flesh of his is infused with not only my magic, but his life energy as well. There's not enough of it for all of you, but some of you may decide to take lesser portions, or some of you may decide to take just to give it all to one person. I do not mind. This should impart some of his abilities to you, if you would consume it. Though it might be cannibalism, but I do not think so, as none of you look like a hedgehog. I figured
I
I'd
am
offer
totally
you
down for this.
the first
I've
of
eaten
any.
hedgehog before. They're pretty tasty, especially if you broil them.
Who said anything about cooking it?
I did. I've had broiled hedgehog before. It's pretty tasty. You should try
Well,
it.
you wouldn't need to cook this one. Trust me, the flavor is not an issue. It is infused. So, which of you would like to receive the blessing of my research?
Jump up and
I just want some
Korax jumps
food.
up and waves his head. Oh, yes.
So-
Research.
He jumps up and waves his hand, much like a child, but he
Right.
towers over Solus and Korax. Oh, me,
Both
like waving
nice.
his.
And what of you, Alan?
Alan kind of has a scientific thought or just a thoughtful expression on his face. He's like, it is quite curious. It is quite interesting. If there's enough, I would not say no, but I by no means need to fight over it.
Very well. He quarters them off into thirds, and he gives you each like a chunk of flesh.
He just instantly starts gobbling down.
I start picking at it and eating it.
You do that. All right.
Alan is going to just kind of flip it in the air and eat it.
Roosters ate me.
I will now
Let's
add in
see.
the power
Cannibalism.
For-
What do I taste like is my question. I know
What does he taste like? Chicken?
kind of like nothing because it's like magical. It made it so you guys could eat it without really thinking about it.
So it's like tofu.
Kind of.
Those tastes like something.
Yeah. It's like tasteless tofu, even though tofu barely has any taste to begin with.
I mean, I eat paper, so I don't even eat tofu
like
anymore.
eating celery.
I don't like tofu.
I've never had
I like
tofu.
tofu.
It's not worth it.
If it's done right, it's good.
I'm not a communist, so you know.
Anyways. Oh wait, yeah, you're adding the abilities. Never mind. You don't have it described. Sorry.
I love what you named it, bro.
What's it called? I must know.
We'll see soon.
I will see soon enough.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
I misplaced a check.
For how much?
$2,000.
That's
Oh,
significant. You should probably find that.
It is significant.
Yeah, I would be worried about that if I was you. But then again, I'd be worried about a quarter of that. I'd be worried about a tenth of. I'd be worried about 1/100th of that.
Found it.
There you go. Good job, Mariner.
I mean, I didn't need it at the time.
When don't you need $2,000?
I mean, I don't need it now, but I figured I should probably cash it.
You probably should. Yes, that would be wise. Generally, it's a good idea to have $2,000.
Ugh, but I also have to pay my property taxes.
Yeah, see? I told you you'd need it.
Which is more than $2,000.
Yeah, but that'll help. I don't know how much your property taxes are.
$6,000.
Yeah, that's a good portion of it then. Like a third.
All right. Well,
The ocean's horizon. Beautiful moment between three
Pretty
hearts broken.
tasty, isn't it?
Ah, I'm sorry, I was talking to a rat.
No, this is a hedgehog, not a rat. I had to learn that too. Hedgehog, not rat. There's a difference, you know. It's very hard to tell.
No, I was just
All the
reminiscing. I was just reminiscing upon a comrade of mine who died. And then he gave birth to a demon rat.
Just scary.
I'm not
Won't work
scary.
that.
I'm completely harmless. Ooh.
Alright, I think that's all of them. And then I'll give it to
Oh my
the
goodness.
rest of you. Who's next? So we did that to Korax. Now we'll do it to Alanadale.
Yeah, luckily you can just copy and paste it now.
Mm-hmm.
So do I have unarmed strike? Or what am I?
No.
Who am I?
I mean, unarmed strike is... I'll give it to you. It doesn't change your damage, but...
I was just asking.
Oh, it's,
I can
it
probably
just-
just use. Do you use dexterity for it or strength?
Use strength, unless you're
Yeah.
someone who can use dexterity, like a monk.
things
Okay.
as otherwise.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I can just use talons.
You can, but now you can punch with your talons as well.
I mean, it's
Well, you
one
can
minus
use
one
talons. Talons
bludgeoning.
count as your unarmed attack.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying because this is the damage for my unarmed strike. Probably it's. Whereas talons at least do 3 damage.
Let's go -1. It's a shame you don't have -2, or else you could heal people by punching them.
Thank God.
That would be so beautiful.
Well, I'll meditate on those things, Calvin. I'll try to decipher the location and see where the artifacts of Heron lie.
I'm pretty sure you're just insane.
Be right back. I hear ya.
Oh, my throat hurts. I've already gone through an entire bottle of water and a thing of Coke trying to soothe my throat.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
I love doing orky or goblin voices, but they kill me.
Oh yeah. Especially, I imagine like if you were trying to do like a high pitched one, that would probably be even worse though.
I haven't done a high pitched one. I'm just saying, like that kind of scratchy voice is
Oh
just.
yeah, for sure. Like that scratchy voice, that just fucks your shit. Especially for an extended period, not expended. That's not the word I was thinking of. Extended.
So here is what everyone gets. So I'll add it to Calvin's next.
Hell yeah. So they get the basic like level 2 up to level 2 abilities then.
Except the normal unarmed attack, but yes.
Yeah.
No, we just get key.
If they learn how to use it, will they be able to increase their key as well?
Nope.
Ah, because it's just based
Imagine
on
we'd have to take levels in monk to actually get that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought I should ask because that seemed like a question that would make sense to ask. Because I was thinking now that you have life energy, you might be able to like harness your own and figure out how to use it.
Oh my God, Crow, what have you done?
What do you mean?
Okay, so jumping is like based on your strength. I already have the jump spell. Now I can double my jump distance on top of that. Crow, I can all intensively fly. for all for the purposes of technicality, I can fly pretty much.
What is giving you the ability to use jump on command anyway? I'm curious.
Step of the wind.
It was before. No. It was the ring of jumping. It was before Crow told us not to take magic items.
Okay.
I took ring of jumping, and it allows me to cast the jump spell at will. Step of wind doubles it on top of the jumping thing. I mean, the jump spell.
Yes.
Or one affects the other. I can't remember his name. So yes, I could most likely leap tall buildings in a single bound, but fall damage exists, I think.
Indeed, it does.
But long jumps, I could just.
Yeah, you could just jump straight across the fucking canyon.
No, if I jump in like position my body in midair, I could literally do like a Psycho Crusher or something. Like Street Fighter.
You doing like a fucking Tatsumaki Senpo Kyoken from like.
That's not what I'm saying at all. Dude, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah, I know, but I'm making another joke.
Alright, key flurry of blows.
Okay.
Patient defense.
I'm gonna test my new abilities on Rocky.
Ooh.
Good.
Actually, yeah. You're already taking unarmed training.
I am taking unarmed training.
That'd be work.
And
Actually, if the new compendium came out, you could have taken the unarmed like fighting style. Just add that to your character, like after the Rocky training and maybe some Rocky abilities.
Well, I technically have something that can be used to kind of like
Learn class abilities.
So, as you know, my
yeah.
alright, so are you gonna try to train with Rocky today?
I am.
Alright.
And while I'm training with him, I'm going to incorporate my new key to try that out as well.
Indeed. Spend a key point, and you can make 2 more attacks. You'll have advantage on your wisdom this roll then.
I'll see.
22. You take what he says to heart. After days and days, you finally grasped the basics of
Punching.
A left
of jabs.
jab.
You'll have the first part of your boxing lesson thing you posted.
Nice!
Fuck yeah, let's go! Way to go, Mariner!
I'm going to continue to work with him just because there's nothing better to do on the ship.
Yeah?
I
I mean, hey, you'll be
nice.
a bard who can also punch people.
I mean, so that's kind of my subclass. My whole subclass is all about learning stuff from other classes.
Ah, my arm.
Do you have an unarmed strike already? You don't. Okay. So I'm just gonna call it jab. Quick jab. No, it's just a jab. What is your inspiration die? Where even is your bardic inspiration? Oh, it's right here. Your die
I
is
believe it's 10.
Are you level 10? You are level 13. So it is.
Ooh, it's the same as
Yeah, it is 10.
bardic inspiration. That's good.
1d10 plus dex.
That's strong as fuck.
I can also now use my dex as my attack roll for unarmed.
Yeah, and I know that your dex is much, much higher.
I mean, not much, but definitely better.
Well, I mean, it's like +3 compared to like fucking like +1, I'm sure.
+0.
Not bad.
Yeah, +0 even.
Alright, Tristan, are you going to study more with Tachanka?
I'm gonna take a break from that today, and I'm gonna ask the captain about how he picked up Tachanka.
That is a story I wouldn't mind telling you if I trusted you more. Unfortunately, I do not. You are guests here, not people who should be learning all kinds of secrets. But Tachanka is a special case, and that is all you really need to know.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
You spent all of a minute talking to Anderson. What do you want to do now?
I guess I'll go to Tachanka and do our daily interviews, and I'll ask, Do you have any special ways to kill and purge heretics, Tachanka? I want to learn something from him. Freaking Aladale's learning how to jab. Maybe Tachanka can teach me how to set people on fire with my mind. Let's
Insight.
yeah.
Let's go.
Can I use my Tachanctionary to get advantage by helping me, like, you know?
Considering
Oh,
it's
yeah.
incomplete, no. You'll get a +2
Okay.
though. I'll give you that much. 19. Yeah, you understood some of what he said. Roll wisdom to see if you take any what he said to heart, though, if you can memorize it to really learn it.
Let's see.
Let's go, Tristan. I believe in you.
That's a
Hey,
That's a
save.
save. That's a save. That's a save. Wisdom. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Please be good. Why? I just got a 25.
well, you got a 17 plus 8. Yeah, if you'd actually clicked wisdom, that would have been a 20.
Do you have anything to make you re-roll that?
Let me check. Win. No, that's the new stuff.
Looks like you have
Alright.
inspiration you haven't used yet.
Oh, I'll do that then. Yeah, sure.
Alright. Use it. There we
Let's
go.
go again.
Roll it.
Please. What? 14.
Better.
It's better.
It's not terrific.
For a high wisdom character, for a learned bird like myself, it's a little disappointing.
You're literally insane.
You have learned from Tachanka the best way to, in his way, to kill a heretic.
Set them on fire.
No, hang on. It is an ability you will get.
It's time to junctionary. Okay.
Cutie Queen.
Did you expect any of us to actually do anything with this character?
No.
I didn't expect to do anything either, but this is one of my favorite characters in Rainbow. You don't know how funny he is. Actually, you said you played him, right?
I mained him, yeah.
He's fun. Especially when people get mad at you, but then you end up wiping the whole enemy team. Can't talk trash now. You're dead.
I'm dead. I can't talk trash. Except for beyond the grave. Ooga booga 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 booga. Damn, my roommates are all talking now. It's interfering with my focus. God. Fuck yeah. Is it specifically radiant or fire damage, or is it just 2d10 extra damage in general?
It's extra. It's anything.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, awful!
So you are chaotic good. So the path that is extreme to yours is lawful evil.
Huh. You deal an extra 2d10 damage. Jesus Christ. That is certainly
An amount.
efficient. Jeez.
Yeah, but it only works on one alignment.
I will expand my consciousness with T'Chaka.
Yeah, but it's basically like a favorite enemy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
better
definitely
because
good.
favorite enemy is actually trash.
I mean, yeah, this is an alignment, whereas other things are like specific monster types. So this could be used against anything of an alignment.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't know many things that are lawful evil in terms of monsters.
I think
Fair.
like bandits, but that's about it.
I don't think bandits are lawful evil.
I think
I
they
can
can.
one-shot. I can one-shot bandits anyway, but I mean, this is nice. I like the...
Bandits are any non-lawful alignment.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought they could be lawful evil. I might be thinking of like a cultist thing or something that I saw. I don't know.
Cultist.
Yeah.
Cultists are
Or probably not.
any
Like,
non-good, so they could be.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. There you go. But you'd one-shot cultists anyway because they probably have like 9 HP or something.
All right, and this is where we will call the session because next time you guys will land on land, and I'm gonna need to read up on all the land stuff.
This has been a blast. I love the part where I died. I love the fact that my death is just making everyone stronger.
I wasn't gonna let your death go to waste.
Yeah.
what happens if I? That's not what I wanted to do. Like that.
Make it a 9th level cast. And
I
then see
can do that?
Probably.
Because
Can
13
Shane Lightning
extra.
be cast at higher level? I don't know shit about
No,
wizards.
it can't. It can't. It's just a 6th level spell.
Oh yeah, it just jumps to more people. So
Yeah, I didn't mean to press it twice.
no
But
worries. Yeah, it
so
just
that
says it
at
jumps to more
max,
people.
that's what? That's 69 damage.
Nice.
At,
Well,
Burn the
at
head.
it'd be
max?
80.
Well, not
It'd
at
be
max,
80 and
but
then
like
20
with the
more. So
13.
max would actually be 100 damage.
Yeah,
But
100
if they
damage
critical
if I
fail,
steal.
that could be 200 damage if they crit fail.
Yeah, I can
Which
fry
would
people.
one shot like I think a cloud giant because cloud giants I think have exactly 200 HP.
I
Why
thought
do
I
I know
was
that
evil.
Well,
off
that
the
would have
top of my
killed him.
head?
I thought it
Well,
was evil.
it'd be a critical fail. It wouldn't be a critical hit, but yeah. I need to make sure that I'm right because I'm like 90% certain that a cloud giant has exactly 200.
Giants are neutral good, and they do have 200.
All right,
Yeah.
I just spent the last couple of
Yeah, they
in-game
do
days
have exactly 200.
Well,
There
you're
you
supposed,
go.
to
Writing
roll,
out
you're supposed to roll for them,
all my
so
character distances.
Yeah.
average of 200.
Demon Lord Chitrick.
I think the
That's
average
a-
would be what 40 and then 10 more. So it'd be
No,
an
it's
average.
200. Like the hit points is the average. That's the point.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the damage was average 200. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were talking.
Usually you're supposed to roll, so you might even get lower than that.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that.
only 5 lower, but still.
That was 2 nat ones, but also 2 crits.
Yeah. And then a lot of like ones that were below average because the average because their one is D12, so that means their average is 7, I think. Yeah, there's one that's above.
So at minimum, the HP they have is 112. At max,
Well, it'd be 16 times. It'd be 16 plus 96 would be the minimum.
112.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said just 12. I didn't hear the 100.
At max, it's 288.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
this thing is
Yeah, if they
disgusting.
get 12 on every fucking 16 die.
Yeah, which is like statistically very, very unlikely.
I mean, that one gave us 3. That's as close as I'm probably gonna get.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's as close as almost anyone could get.
next time we do this, we'll be you guys will be getting on land, and from there, we'll decide how you want to continue. Whether you want to stay with the ship after all is done there, or find your own journey. Of course, the quest is still not done. The ship is the next part, or the land is the next part.
It's a shame that we weren't able to get the maps because the ship was sunk. Well, hey, what you gonna do, right?
Well, to be fair, you're not even supposed to know where this place is. You guys, you're going to a different. So, I'm still.
Alan's gonna hang out with Rocky.
I've been able to salvage it. What's supposed to happen is the ship is the normal ship you guys are on is supposed to basically crash and drift upon a random place. This way, they're just going to a random island, so you wouldn't have gotten a place anyway.
Ah. Well, that's like the reward that we were promised of like maps that would have led to treasure.
That is true.
From
Yeah,
what I remember.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
Adventure Prime,
that's all I remember.
right? Yep.
Yeah.
Promises access to
so
a few maps he keeps in his safe that are rumored to lead to treasure that defies imagination. I mean, the ship's still there. If you guys, if someone can fucking swim down and go and breaking is
Yeah,
safe.
if
You're
anyone
fine.
has polymorph to be able to go down there while being in something that can breathe underwater.
Or just water breathing, or just a ring of water
Yeah, or
breathing,
just water breathing in
or
general. If you have a
potion of water breathing.
yeah, which lasts probably well. If it's at the bottom of the ocean, it may or may not last long enough. I don't know how
I don't know.
that lasts.
I mean,
Sorry, I was requesting another check. Hold on. Sorry, I'm back.
things sink slowly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but by the time we get back
yeah, and
there,
it's 1 hour. So if you have a decent swim speed, or even just high enough athletics, because I imagine that's what's required to swim, then
Probably.
yeah.
Wait, what do we have to swim for?
You don't have to
We
swim
were
for
just
anything.
talking about if someone was able to recover the maps, assuming that the maps aren't destroyed because they're underwater.
I mean, Alan could get there.
Yeah,
Pretty easy.
Do you have something that brings you underwater, unless you survive?
Not underwater. I could get there quickly over water.
Well, the ship is underwater, which is what we were talking about.
That's the hard part, is under the water.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was saying that like polymorph would be a good way to do it because you could just be in an animal form.
I do have polymorph, so
yeah,
I
so you
could
could
do
just
that.
turn into like a fish and like swim under there
I don't think.
and like grab it.
I don't know if polymorph lets you use swim speed though.
I
It doesn't
believe it
specify.
does.
It just has a beast form equal CR equal to your level. You're thinking of wild shape, I think. Because I know wild shape at first
You can see within
doesn't let
range
you
of
have
form. An unwilling creature is like what so. It doesn't say it can't.
Yeah, I think you were thinking of early level druid because.
Well, no, I know early level druid cannot.
The target.
Yeah.
So,
That's
according
what
to
they're
this, the target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. So, swim speed would count as a game statistic.
This is not. Yeah, because this is based on 3.5e, which is a baleful polymorph. You just like fucking permanently change someone into a new animal. So you're basically just literally
Temporarily.
you're not getting a form. You are literally changing somebody into an animal.
For yourself.
Can it be yourself?
Yeah, it says that a creature can be willing for it, which would include yourself.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that.
It just says a spell transforms a creature that you can see within range. You can see yourself.
No, you can't. But that is a good
Yeah.
5e. Can you cast polymorph on yourself? A druid can.
I will.
That just says druid,
See
but that's
you
trying to
guys
find
later.
normally.
Yeah, that
Cover
would be
snipers.
wild shape, probably.
Well, no, this one says a druid can in general, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You can, but you can only turn into beasts.
Yeah, well, that's literally what the spell says.
What beast goes underwater?
Water.
The bearfish.
Yeah, you could also just turn into an octopus so that you could actually grab the damn chest that you're trying to look for.
I don't know if an octopus counts as a beast. That's what I mean, though.
It should.
I mean, it should. It's literally a beast.
I don't know if octopus is in the game because it's. Oh, there it is.
It is in the game. It's in the
It
Monster
just took a
Manual
while
1.
to load up. Octopus is
it's
a beast.
CR of
Small
0.
beast, unaligned. A swim of 30 is not that thing.
Yeah,
But it
you
does
could
have
also
hold
turn into
breath.
a giant
Oh,
octopus.
wow. But
I would be a giant octopus.
They can't. They can only hold their breath. They can't live under there.
It makes sense.
The giant
Well,
octopus
no,
can breathe underwater.
No, it's the opposite. Hold breath. Well, out of water, the octopus can hold its breath for 1 hour. Out of water, not underwater.
Oh, yeah.
I see that. Yeah,
Yeah, it
good
says
point.
water breathing right under there. The octopus can only breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd probably want to turn into a giant one just so that you're
It's a
faster.
challenge rank 1, so I would be a giant octopus with 60 movement speed. It also has dark vision. I don't know if the other one does.
I would imagine they both do. Let me double check.
The
Yeah, they both
octopus
have dark
has
vision.
dark vision of only 30, though.
Yeah, it only has 30. And it has, like, literally less than a tenth of the HP.
Well, yeah,
And
because
the
it's
giant one
a
has
CR0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so giant octopus is a challenge rank 1. Would actually not be that bad for where I'm currently at.
However, it is a
much
concentration spell, so if you cast it on yourself and you get hit,
Yeah.
and you're deep underwater, You
that
fucked
could end
yourself.
very badly.
Because here's the thing, right? If you're underwater, guess what you cannot cast? Verbal component spells.
That
Yeah.
is true. So yeah, you would be taking a risk, but I mean, it could or could not be worth it.
So you
depending
might
on
want to
the-
get a monster that has high constant fucking tuition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one that could actually potentially carry something with it.
Or what if I just cast it on my rabbit and send him to go get the stuff?
He could
Turn
still
my
die.
rabbit into an octopus.
Then if he dies with the map, though, that destroys the maps. At least right now, the maps are safe in a safe. But if you brought them out into the water, and then
Well, he would just grab the whole safe. He'd be a giant octopus.
that's fair. But if he lost them, that means the safe would sink.
Yeah,
lower,
we would not. Yeah, we would not be able to find it.
lower and faster than the
Ever.
entire ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do literally have to stop for him to do all of this. Yeah,
What is a
again,
giant
would it be
octopus's
worth
strength
it?
save? Strength
Who has
score?
to stop for what?
It's like 17, I think.
It is 17. So their
Yeah, and
carry
it's
speed
large,
is
so it like doubles its carrying capacity, I think.
What?
It's large. The giant one is, right? Or is it just medium?
It is a large.
Yeah, so doesn't that double your carrying capacity beyond what it already is?
5E. Not sure. Don't really care much because I never make large players.
Yeah.
So
I know I
I
counted
believe
as large,
large
but it-
players are different than large monsters. I want to say everything is already calculated for them, but
For
Well,
large,
yeah,
well, first of all,
players
there are no
automatically get-
large players.
Yeah.
I thought Goliath could be large.
No, Goliaths are
Centaurs
medium.
count as large for the purposes of bearing weight, but they are medium creatures.
No
Oh,
races
okay.
are actually large. They only ever count as large for like weight stuff. For example,
Yeah, exactly.
There are small players.
Mhm.
There are not large players.
Yep. I thought exactly. For each size category above medium, double the creature's carrying capacity and amount that it can push, drag, or lift.
Although we
Where
have
do
had a
you
large.
see that? Oh, there you go. Yep.
Yeah, and I think your normal carrying capacity is 15 times your strength score. So it'd be 15 times 17 times 2. So that'd be what?
It would be 510.
Oh, wait, shit, that was the wrong thing.
510.
Yeah. Which is probably more than the safe weighs.
Probably.
And it wouldn't get any disadvantage because it's used to doing things underwater. Whereas I think normally if you're underwater, you get disadvantage on stuff.
I don't think that's the case at all.
I don't know. I would have to check. That's a good question to check the internet for. Being underwater 5e.
While making a melee attack, a creature that doesn't have swimming speed has disadvantage on an attack roll. There's nothing about disadvantage on skill checks or other things.
Okay. For some reason, I thought skill checks applied because it would have made sense if you weren't used to maneuvering. Because I mean, if you've
Well, that
never
doesn't
been
make sense. But that doesn't
underwater-
make sense at all because perception is a skill check, and like
Yeah, well, I was thinking like strength check. You know, because like it's harder to move around underwater or like exert energy. You know, because of like all the weight that's on you and everything, and like the drag.
but that's
So it's
still
like
a normal
increasing-
check. That could be like saying, oh, if you're in the air, you should get disadvantage too.
Yeah, I guess, but air doesn't weigh as much as water, so I don't know. I just thought that
Water doesn't weigh anything.
Yes, it does. Water doesn't weigh.
Water does not weigh anything.
Yes, that's like saying air doesn't weigh anything, Crow.
It doesn't.
You just don't believe in the round Earth, Crow. Admit it. You think that the flat Earth is true.
If you fill water into a bucket, then there'd be weight, but water itself doesn't have weight. You put water on a scale, it's not gonna weigh anything.
Yeah, because it'll fall off the scale.
Nah, you have to, but a drop won't, and that drop will stay 0.
Because it's so small.
That's my point. Water doesn't weigh anything.
I know you're shit posting.
Only a container is what gives it weight. Water
I'm
must have
pretty-
shape to be weighed.
Water always has a shape.
No.
Dude, I could turn into a
Goes over things.
Water
I
because
can
it's
turn-
fluid.
I could turn into a killer whale monster.
Yes, you
Do you
can.
just mean a killer whale?
No, it's called a cult. A cult. AKHLUT.
What?
Yeah.
AKA what?
Aku.
AKHLUT.
Yeah, it's like a killer whale with like fucking
Tomb of Beast
arms
2.
and
Oh,
legs.
it's new. It's one of the new things.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the Tome of Beast thing. Yeah, it's like a wolf whale.
What CR can you do it to?
Your level.
The same as my level, so I could go all the way up to challenge rank 13.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, you could turn into a fucking T-Rex. Which
Wait,
is
so you-
Which would just sink immediately and be no help at all.
Yeah, but you could do it. You could also turn into a Plesiosaur if you wanted to, which is CR2, I think.
So there's so many creatures. You know what? I'm just gonna sort by also
Yeah,
challenge rank. I'm gonna
Plesiosaurus
start at
is-
13 and then see what I get from
Oh,
there.
how do you sort it?
So when you go to the eye
Mm-hmm.
and then click monsters,
Mm-hmm.
and then up at the top right, you'll see filter results under your
filter,
search.
right. Yep, I see it. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, challenge ranking, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna do 13. Yeah, I kind of want to see this too, because I don't know what's an actually strong beast. The strongest one I've ever seen was from a specific individual from a campaign.
Unfortunately, this dinosaur is not a water dinosaur, so he is no help to me.
Oh, the Spinosaurus, which is like
Yeah.
the only one.
So let's see.
Yeah, but it is cool that there's a Spinosaurus. I mean, holy shit, it's gargantuan? How big was the Spinosaurus? Wait, I gotta see. Is the Ankylosaurus in here? That's my favorite fucking dinosaur.
Man, there's some cool stuff.
Let's see. Let's see it. Yes, Ankylosaurus!
It is
Let's
noteworthy that
go!
dying and dropping to 0 HP are not the same thing. You can straight up die in your animal form, though. So dying and dropping to 0 is not the same thing. So if you drop to 0 HP, you will revert. But if you die,
Right.
you're dead. Because it will take your animal
Correct.
form stats. So power word kill will just fucking destroy you.
Yeah, that's how you can literally just gank almost any encounter if you have the right setup. Because you can just have a bunch of people who have polymorph prepared and do it until someone fails, and then just power word kill them. And you can do this almost ad infinitum by having Simulacrum, because your Simulacrums can have up to like 7th level spell slots, I believe. And if you
So
have enough days
polymorph,
to
you can't
prepare it,
speak, you can't cast spells, and you cannot take actions that require hands or speech.
Yep.
You cannot activate, use,
Correct.
wield, or benefit from any equipment.
Right.
And according to this, most DMs ban polymorph.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
Considering
I mean,
all your stats are taken over by an animal one.
Yeah.
Unlike
So
wild
it's
save.
powerful to a degree. Hey, I can just become a sperm whale.
The problem is, you guys are in really icy waters with lots of monsters. Not like any of you would actually go underwater to get a map to potentially a treasure. But
Well, would it mess with a sperm whale?
yes.
Easily, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't you say something about Krakens?
Krakens will destroy this shit. Pretty sure a Kraken can just eat things.
You know what else you could turn into? A fucking glacier.
So it does say sperm whales are toothed aquatic mammals that can grow up to 70 feet long. Their natural predators include whalers and fellow leviathans such as dragon turtles and krakens. So it's considered a leviathan.
I don't even, what do you mean? What's considered Leviathan? The
My
whale?
the sperm whale.
It does not look like Krakens have an instant eat.
Yeah, so it's dragon turtles and krakens are what I'd have to watch out for.
No, it does. If the target is larger or smaller, the grappled, the creature is swallowed. Yep.
Luckily, the sperm whale is gargantuan.
It is. That still won't stop you from taking the damage, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Krakens are basically like minor gods in terms of power.
They are
I
titans.
mean, yeah. Well, Titans are even stronger than like Greek
That's what they're
gods.
called in 5e. They're titans.
What else is a Titan, I wonder?
I don't know if I can sort White Titan.
That's a good question.
It's not really a monster type, so.
I mean, it is.
Maybe.
one.
It separates like all humanoids and stuff, so maybe.
Yeah, it looks like the only things are like Krakens and something called an Empyrean.
I cannot see titans, no. Oh, I see Monstrosity
And,
Titan, that's it. So I'll look at that.
And Herezvev, Corpse Swallower Giant, which seems to be a particular individual who is a Titan.
There's not many
of
titans.
CR9.
There is Behemoth, Juvenile
Yeah.
Kraken, Kraken, Tarask, Tromokratis? Is that a dinosaur? I think this is a dinosaur. And a Zaratan from Tomb of Beasts. So there's only 6 titans. And one of them is the island turtle that Naruto was on with Guy.
Oh, and Astral Dreadnought seems to be appearing as a Titan as well.
Dreadnought. No results found.
Yeah, it's also Dread.
Astral. Maybe I spelled it wrong.
Did you spell it Dread Nought?
I did not. I spelled it Naught. Astral Dreadnought. Counts
It
as
is
just a
in fact
gargantuan
Titan.
titan, yeah, so I don't know why it's not letting me sort as that.
Yeah,
Oh, the
I
Astral
sorted by Titan, and I'm seeing a bunch of shit. It's like way more than 6. I'm seeing these things.
Well, I
called
looked at
Empyrean.
Monstrosity Titans, so those are different than just Titans.
Yeah, so it's different things. I'm just looking at Titans.
Hey, Crow, can I show you something cool?
Depends on what your definition of
Oh
cool
yeah,
is.
there's the turtle. Yeah, you weren't joking.
You were just showing the Astral Dreadnought, and that's a pretty cool picture they have nowadays. But you want to see their old picture from like early edition?
I
Sure.
would love to. Oh yeah.
Look at the. Before
Oh,
Godtier came-
right, that's the Doom thing. That's what you told me from.
Yeah, they just like traced over it and made it the Cacodemon. I just think it's kind of neat.
Wait a minute, Empyrean. That sounds familiar. Crow, didn't you mention something about Empyrean lords a while ago?
Empyreans are normal people who became gods, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, because those are listed as titans from Odyssey of the Dragon Lords.
Empyreans are mortals who have been elevated to a form of godhood by a pantheon of greater deities. They are often offspring of gods and mortals who have proven themselves worthy. Hercules. It's Hercules.
Yeah.
Well, they're like yeah, like how Hercules is like still a demigod, but like an upper demigod.
I remember the sloth giants.
Are sloth giants
I just sorted
titans?
by beasts.
No, they're not.
No, but they're beasts. I was just sorting by beasts to see.
There's
what
Horacevelger, the corpse swallower.
Yeah.
Tarask, Tromokratis, Young Emperor. Yeah, no, like a lot of these are just Emperors. So take those out, and there's only 6 normal ones. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The Dreadnought's the only one that appears something different.
I don't know why, but this fucking image just makes me laugh. I don't know what it is about this thing, but it just makes me fucking laugh.
Alright, let's see what the highest CR is. Is it just Tarask? Oh no, it's Tiamat. Tiamat's new too.
Oh yeah, from fucking Rise of Tiamat campaign, as well as
Baldur's Gate. It's from
Actually,
Baldur's
that's
Gate.
Look, I can be that.
yeah.
That is terrifying.
Oh yeah, those things. Yeah, those are like level 6 or
Yeah.
6. So yeah.
And it has
You mean-
swallow.
All right, who wants to play test Tiamat right now?
All right, let's go. Come
All right, here we go, guys.
on. Bring out any more. Bring out any more.
Uh,
He can win.
Can I participate in this as well, even though I'm dead?
sure. Let's see what you guys got.
All right, let's do this.
Let's go!
All right,
Dragon.
Should we put ourselves to full for this, just so that we
sure.
can get it?
All right, initiative rolls, guys.
Let's go!
Is this gonna be recorded?
I mean, I'm still recording, so yes.
Oh, you're still
Let's
recording.
go!
You can like cut this part out and like have it as like a side thing.
I'm just gonna keep it in. This will just be the end of the video.
Oh, awesome. Oh, I have initiative before Tiamat.
Yeah, that
Wonderful.
won't matter. She has legendary actions, like 5 of them, I think.
She does.
It's almost like I know that.
Oh, Tristan already left. All right,
Let's go.
Bravix. Before you do anything,
I thought legendary actions were at the end of the turn.
I thought they were at any time. Oh no, and only at the end of another creature's turn. You're right. Bravix, your turn.
Woo!
I go into a raid,
You do that.
so I get my divine fury,
Sure.
which is extra damage
Sure.
on the first attack of my turn. And I'm gonna put my +1 great axe to full, so I'm at my highest potential, because it was like withered away with damage, and I'm just gonna
But it's still withered away, though.
chop. Oh, you're counting it as withered away.
Yeah, you guys just got your HP back. I'm not giving you extra abilities. What was it minus already?
So ignore all that. I'm gonna attack it twice with my scimitar.
Did you put it back to what it was?
Yes, I did.
Alright. You hit both times. The second one is a crit.
Cut off her heads!
Slash. Alright, you deal... So only in the first attack, you deal 15 damage. Maybe.
Yeah.
Resistances.
I know she's immune.
This is a
to
non-magical weapon. It is immune to any damage from a non-magical weapon attack.
Okay.
Divine Fury.
Okay.
What is Divine Fury?
It is magical. +1. Is it not magical?
+1 items do not count as magical items unless you...
Fair enough.
Correct.
Fair. Yeah, that is true. I forgot. Sorry.
So, your Divine Fury just says Divine Fury. It's supposed to be Radiant or Necrotic. What...
Wasn't his necrotic?
It was necrotic.
Alright. There we go. Let's put that in there.
Yeah, I know that's like one of the 3
Alright.
things. That
It is not immune to Necrotic. It takes 8 Necrotic damage.
Oh,
Is that the end of your turn?
hold on.
Oh yeah, right. She has 38, or no, yeah, she's like 30 AC or something ridiculous.
And I'm going to give a mighty orc scream. Whoa! And use zealous presence. So
Okay.
everyone has advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of my next turn.
Alright. It's gonna bite you.
Okay.
35.
It misses. It hits. I was just saying that. It was just fun.
Oh, wait, what head is it?
Does it? Oh shit! It has to be a head, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has to be a head that does extra damage depending on what one it is.
Red dragon. So, 12 fire. So, Bravix, you take 15 slashing and 12 fire.
Why is her bite slashing? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense at all.
No, she gets her legendary actions back because it's her turn.
It is her turn. Well, she gets 3 legendary actions anyway, so
I thought it was 5. Jesus.
she only gets 3.
Oh, that's good. For some reason, I thought she got more because she has like literally 5
All
heads.
right, all of you need to make a DC 26 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened.
All right.
Fail.
Nice.
Fail.
Let's go.
Fail. All right. Alan, it's your turn. You are frightened.
Damn it, you totally ruined what I was going to do. I was going to believe that this was a dream, and I was going to go up and punch it using Rocky Balboa's teachings. But I guess I'm too afraid, and I believe I have to use every bit of my movement speed and dash if able.
You just can't move forward.
Yeah, and attacks against it have disadvantage as well.
Well, since I can't really do anything.
Well, you can still attack. It just has disadvantage.
No. I'm believing this is a dream, and that I have to overcome it to go punch it in the face. So.
Wait, Brabix, you're only resistant to non-magic attacks, right? Or are you resistant to everything?
I'm resistant to them?
When you're in a rage.
Rage doesn't care if it's magic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't specify.
So
this is bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
All right.
So I am going to. I mean, that's kind of pointless.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she has 30 HP regen. She's also immune to like anything that's 6th level spells or higher. Like, it's really insane.
You know what? I'm just going to cast this and call it the end of my turn.
Oh boy. Hey, that's good.
Too bad you guys are already frightened.
Yeah, so it just means if they try it again, we'll have advantage.
Uh-huh.
But that ends my turn.
All right, and she's going to use a legendary action.
Oh boy, is it going to be a breath weapon?
Acid breath.
Let's go!
So that's going to hit Brabix and Alan.
Let's go!
Brabix, Alan, I need a DC 26 dex save.
Don't ask how that's fair.
Oh!
You guys take 56 damage.
Oh, I was off by 1. That sucks. 56. That's a lot.
Jesus, Moses almighty.
56 acid. All right, Lou, it's your turn.
Yeah. Let's see here. Lou decides to not be frightened.
All right.
I think that takes my entire action, however.
It does.
Yeah. I'm not frightened anymore.
Tiamat's going to use a legendary action to bite Brabix.
I'm not afraid anymore. What?
22.
Fuck.
Oh, that's a low roll for her.
35, so you'll take half of that, which is...
I think she can only miss if she crit fails.
What is that? That's 12? 12 slashing and 15 fire.
Oh, beautiful.
To 27 damage, right? Brabix, it's your turn. What you gonna do, Brabix?
I've studied many films.
Okay.
I've studied many strategies.
Absolutely.
And I think I know the most apt strategy right now.
I hope so.
I am going to run away. I am going to use my full 40 movement speed to sprint here. While I'm sprinting, I cast jump, tripling my jump speed, which is an action.
You cannot run away. This is a simulation fight. I just want to let you know. If you're trying to get away...
Listen, Crow, listen. I'm going to break the simulation. I need to step in the wind as well. So my tripled jump distance is doubled.
Sure.
Giving me a running jump distance of 108 feet.
Sure.
hit
And?
the pass.
And I'm gonna rocket through the simulation.
And you try to break through, but it doesn't work, as there's a force field around the entire ship.
Damn it.
Just like in Cabin in the Woods.
Wait, Crow. If I'm traveling at 108 feet, how fast is that? 108 feet divided by
Well,
6.
it's 108 feet in 6 seconds.
18 feet per second.
Alright,
Yeah.
so... Is that
That's
your
12
turn?
miles per hour. Alright, I'm just gonna smash it then.
Alright.
Captain Bravo smash. Let's go, Captain Bravo.
Miss.
Miss. Crow just rocketed into the force field at 12 miles per hour.
Tiamat's turn.
Oh my god. I love Malor.
Oh.
Uh, Tiamat. Believe it or not, Tiamat can't actually breathe fire unless it's a legendary action.
Really? Oh yeah. Aren't all of her breath weapons legendary actions?
They are.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that is. Also, don't ask me why I basically have her.
Alright, all you guys
ability.
have to make a wisdom saving throw for frightened, and you all get advantage because of Maroner's thing.
Aren't I immune now? Because I've technically passed.
No?
No.
Does it say you're
Yeah.
immune? Oh, no, because you didn't pass.
Yeah.
You just chose not to.
You have to actually
So in
pass
other
the
words-
actual thing.
It says if it's a successful or the effect ends for it. So I ended the effect, therefore I'm immune.
I suppose.
If you read it, it says if this creature's saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it.
I suppose. Alan is already frightened. Krappen is already frightened, so it didn't do nothing. But it gets to make 2 claw attacks.
Wait. Oh, wait. I don't get to do it again?
No, you're already frightened, so. 2 claw attacks in Brabix, and then a tail attack.
Yeah, monk.
I'm just gonna go. I'm already dead. I'm just gonna go. And
Silver
he.
attack also has like 15 feet
And that is
of
times
range.
3 damage, so 23 times 3 is 46, 62. You're, yeah,
69.
you're dead.
Crow, I just fucking fade. I just turned to dust. I've been Thanos.
You literally just got
All right.
atomized, my friend.
So, it is now Alanadale's turn.
Let's go. Alan.
Since I'm still frightened and can't run up, I am going to polymorph into a dinosaur, the Spinosaurus.
Let's go. Polymorph her. I'm sure her wisdom isn't like plus 300 or something ridiculous. This is like restrained Tiamat too. I'm pretty sure. Like this is weakened.
Is that an action? That is your action.
Yeah, so that takes my action.
Oh my god, it's so fucking new.
Not like it's gonna matter.
I know! But it's
Is
a
that
simulation.
like-
What good's a simulation if you don't try things, right?
Alright, as its legendary action,
Oh boy.
acid breath again
On whom?
on both of you.
I have this. Just so you know.
Sure, you can take advantage. So you just take half damage. That's still quite a fucking damage if you succeed.
Yeah. Well, if I
Only half you
succeed, I
fail.
take none.
Good luck
Yeah.
succeeding.
I can if I like get close to a crit kill.
What is the fucking rule? Did I not click it? I thought I clicked it. My bad.
No, you didn't.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
No worries. No worries.
All
yeah.
right.
If I get an 18 or above, I think I pass. Yeah. Well.
You failed.
35.
You take 71 damage, Maroner.
Wait, do I roll? I roll a dex first, right?
Oh, right.
Holy shit! I'm gonna fail.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. It's DC 27. Even me with +5 dex and proficiency
Yeah.
stats,
You
man.
take 71 damage.
Probably not even close to the HP of that fucking thing, though.
I mean, that almost did a huge chunk of its fucking health. All right, Lou, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm
At
gonna.
the, oh,
That
wait,
was the end of
at
your
the end
turn.
of my turn? Okay. All right,
Yeah,
got
I'm
it.
gonna walk up to Tiamat and be like, honestly, you think you're so tough just because you're a 5-headed goddess, eh? Well, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Oh, sure, you betcha. Just so everyone knows, all my attacks are magical. So guess what she doesn't get? Her bitch-ass immunity. I'll use a key point and use a flurry of blows as well. So that gives me 4 attacks because I have an extra attack. So yeah, 1, 2,
Crit fail, miss,
3,
miss,
4.
miss, hit.
Oh boy.
So just reroll again. All right.
Yeah.
So hit self, hit self. Half your movement speed, -4 to hit. All right. So critical hit to yourself. So that's not good. That's blunt. So you crush your shoulder and you get a -1 in attack and damage on top of the -4 to hit. So -5 to hit, -1 damage, which
And I
makes
also take
your
11 damage.
29 miss.
And I also take what, 11 damage?
Uh, and you take the base damage and then normal. So normal damage. So roll damage. So 11 and then I'll just say you take the 7. 18 damage total.
Let's go.
That sucks for you.
That was the worst luck I've ever seen.
And that is the end
in
of
my
your turn.
life.
Tiamat is going to Tiamat
as a
first.
legendary,
Tiamat. Tiamat,
why?
legendary, because she has a legendary action. Tiamat is going to bite you.
Fuck yeah.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
Barely.
28 slashing and 11 fire.
That knocks me out.
Awesome.
That's a
You are currently
39.
dying. All right, now you can use your legendary action.
I'm gonna hit it with my tail.
You are. Does it have a 10-foot range?
20-foot range, actually.
Yeah, gargantuan things have ridiculous
Nice.
fucking reach.
You hit. But it's not magical, so it does no damage at all.
Shit. And you're
Yeah,
right.
You should have turned into something that's magical, buddy.
Hey, this was the best thing I could turn into.
Tiamat's
For
turn.
this?
Divine
No.
word.
That means I die, correct?
Correct. You are dead.
Yep, thought so. Because I can't succeed.
And that's it.
Imagine that Mariner has more than 50 hit points.
He does. That was just to kill you. Just
Yeah,
so I can
fair
use the
enough.
ability.
Yeah, that's
Your
a cool,
turn, Alan.
That's a really cool spell.
Unless
It's
you
like
want to do
DC
a...
26.
Oh no, you already used your legendary action. Do you have 2? You do
No,
have 3.
no, yeah. So I used 2 of them to make the tail attack. At the end of that turn, I'm just gonna roar and probably not do anything.
It's immune to being frightened, pretty sure. Gonna check.
I would imagine.
Condition immune. Blinded, charmed, deaf, and frightened. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna rush up. I'm just gonna bite it.
Yep.
Or actually, I don't even need to rush up.
It's a dinosaur fight!
Does your bite have longer
15 feet.
Nice. Yeah, you hit.
And then 2 claws. Well,
Sure.
first the bite, which is not magical, so I'm still screwed.
Yep.
And then 2 claws at 10 feet each.
You are greater than 10 feet, though.
I thought you said 10 feet.
You are 15 feet. At most. 10 feet just the outside of it.
Damn. He'd also have disadvantage because he's still frightened. So that 31 would actually be a 24.
That is true.
I mean, again, not like he can do any damage because his.
Yeah,
attacks
I'm not
aren't
doing any
magical.
damage anyways. But it does have to make that DC 18 save to see if it
No,
was
it doesn't.
grappled.
It's
yeah,
not.
24 misses. It has 25 AC.
Not only that, but it's not large. It's gargantuan.
Yep.
Oh yeah, damn.
All right.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, it's going to legendary action Green Dragon Head.
You're just using all the heads, aren't you?
Yep. Make a DC 27 con save.
Oh man, if you should use that one, I could have just been straight up immune.
Fails. You take 62 poison damage.
You didn't even have a chance of succeeding that one. You would have had a crit success.
Tiamat's turn.
Doesn't he have to do a concentration check now as well?
That's right! Con save, Maroner.
I thought I just did a con save.
Yeah, for the poison.
concentration now, though.
Now your
And
concentration.
it's DC 31 because it's half of damage, if I recall correctly.
That is true. I thought it was, yeah, so DC 31 con save to keep in your Spinosaurus form.
Aren't you glad I reminded him?
And yeah. Ooh, you fail. I can't delete the Spinosaurus.
I
There
can.
we go. All right,
Oh,
and
right
now it's Tiamat's turn. Tiamat, divine word on you. You have to make a charisma save. Does it say what the DC should be?
It should say in her innate spellcasting.
DC 26.
Yeah. Oh, how did you know that? How did I have that perfectly fucking memorized? I told you it was.
You fail, so 30 points for you. You are blind, indefinite, and stunned for 1 hour.
Which means she gets all kinds
She
of
can just
advantage.
continue. So
Yeah.
she's gonna bite. Hits. Which would knock you out. And
Yep.
then divine word again. Third time a day.
Yeah, Tiamat's like the strongest thing. She's honestly stronger than the Tarask.
So the only
In
one
terms
to
of,
do
like-
manage to do any sort of damage to Tiamat was Brobix's first attack ever, and that was it.
If I had hit, I would have done half of my damage because she's immune, so it would have been resistance instead. But I wasn't able to hit because I just wanted to hit myself.
Not bad,
Yeah,
guys.
she's-
I mean, you
yeah,
survived a lot longer than I thought you would, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, we're level 12s. So, I mean,
I just want to say, Godtier ruined the fun.
How?
I mean, I wasn't going to be able to do anything with a dinosaur. I just wanted to have a freaking what's that dinosaur called? What's it called?
Spinosaurus.
No, Godzilla. Yeah, I wanted to have a Godzilla fight where literally
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
you
keep
wanna-
roaring,
I did
where we
right.
just
No, I
where
get
we just
that.
keep roaring back and forth. Like at the end of their turn, I growl at them, and yeah, I just wanted to keep doing that back and forth until I died because I couldn't hurt.
Actors knew. The actors and the costumes knew. Just throwing judo moves at each other.
Seriously, you just terribly did it.
All right, well,
Then Bravo turned 50
Uh,
feet tall.
that was certainly a way to end this. Hope you guys had fun with this short.
That was
It
so
wasn't
much
that short. It
fun.
was about 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Also, Mitsu immediately ruined my thing. I was going to be like, this is a dream. Watch, I got this, Rocky. And I was going to go up and I was just going to try to punch it.
You could have done that. Oh, right, you mean the frightful
I
thing.
was feared. I couldn't move forward.
I thought you meant I ruined it like...
No,
you
you
said
were-
something and
yeah.
it missed, and it made me...
No, you ruined it by immediately frightening me. I'm like, no, I wanted to go punch it. I wasn't taking it serious, so all the things I was doing was just to
Yeah,
enhance
there was no
the
reason...
joy of losing.
Yeah, there was no reason to take it serious. No one was going to win against Tiamat
Yeah.
at this level.
Yeah.
Yeah, even level 20 people struggle against Tiamat. She's a tough fight. You're
Tiamat has
expected to
CR 30.
beat her.
That means 4 adventurers of level 30 would have a balanced challenge
I mean,
against her.
So
Yeah,
the
and
thing is,
I'm
we
expected
would.
to fight her at level 15 in Rise of Tiamat.
So here's the thing: we like.
Well, she's nerfed.
So things get better, but we never have a good comp.
Yeah, for higher level stuff.
There is a reason why you normally have a paladin, and this is a good example. I don't know if you guys have ever seen high level or even mid level. Like, even if we had the paladin right now, we probably had a way better chance of succeeding on a lot of those saves.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the paladin tried to use smite. She would have been just straight up immune because she's immune to spells of 6 levels
No, no,
or
no.
lower.
So I'm not talking about that, but like paladins are huge buffers.
Oh
So the
yeah, adding the
fact
plus
that they
5 to
have
everyone. Oh yeah, for sure. Like
well,
with
no, not only the +5, but they can add even more depending on what oath they took.
Oh yeah, you also get oath. You also get an aura of bravery, which would have given us, I think, immunity to the fear effect.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm talking about. Is we never make a good comp. If we ever did, and yeah, I still would love to do for my birthday a high level campaign. We would need a real comp. We would need Tristan
Yeah,
to not
I
be a
mean,
murder hobo. We would need a real spellcaster wizard, someone that's going to take the job seriously. We're going to need a good frontliner,
so you,
preferably a paladin,
I can be a frontliner. I'm great at that.
and we're probably going to need someone as a support, whether that's a really good bard, a really good cleric, and then
I've always
some
wanted to
damage
try-
dealers thrown in.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try support, but I've never actually been able to actually do it.
It's really so the problem is, and this is where like comp comes into it. I can tell you right now, I feel absolutely worthless as a support right now. I have 2 damage attacks, 2, and a crossbow. That's what I have. I do not have any offensive abilities. I'm a support role. The thing is, when we have a murder hobo on our team, and when we don't have concise teamwork, my role is pretty much, useless. My job is to make our team stronger. When we don't even have really a team, it's really bad. So yeah, to play a support, you need to trust that your frontliner is going to be the frontliner. Your backliners are going to be backliners. You have to trust that everyone is going to do their job. The frontliner, at least the tank part of the frontliner, and I don't even ask for that because I know asking for more than a frontliner sometimes with this group is hard. But the tank is literally supposed to try and keep the front line off of the back line, not just be up front and fight, but legitimately try to keep the target away from everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like Captain Brawbax definitely does that for us because he's a barbarian with insane HP.
Yeah.
Well,
And
but what do you have? What do you have to essentially tank? By that, I mean not just take damage, but I mean, what do you have if someone decided, you know what, the one that's going to kill me is that warlock in the back, and they wanted to come attack us? Do you have Sentinel? Do you have anything that would stop people from moving past you to get to your teammates?
The only feat I currently have is tough. I forget which levels we get more feats in.
Right. Anyways,
you get
I
4, 6,
Yeah.
12, and then
yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not attacking you. This is level play you don't need to do at lower levels. But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like higher level stuff, the real challenge stuff, that's when your tank is literally going to have abilities that, focus attacks on them, such as taunt. I'm not sure if there's actually something called taunt, but there are things that essentially do taunt. They're going to have stuff like Sentinel, where
roll like persuasion or something.
there's also cutting words that College of Valor Bard gets, which essentially lets you taunt someone and make them do worse as a reaction.
Yeah, but bards aren't tanks, really.
well, it's a different thing. So he's talking about a debuff, which is what bards do. When I say taunt, I mean like something that makes it so that the other people
towards yourself. So
exactly something that allows your tank to keep any possible attacks away from the group.
You're using kind of MMO logic.
In Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Huh?
He's saying nonsense.
So if you've ever played Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, the Jetstream Sam DLC introduces a lot of new abilities that Jetstream Sam has. So Raiden can go into Ripper mode, which lets him, just rip shit apart. But Sam has a taunt that basically makes the enemies just like focus on him and like want to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, every game that has those kind of mechanics has that kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
MMOs have been having taunts for ages. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's
for
it's
sure.
nothing new, but that's what I'm getting at is
Oh, yeah. I think
higher
that
level
style
play.
of
Your
duel-
tank. So there's a difference between frontliner and tank. Your tank isn't only a frontliner, but they're spending a lot of their abilities to taunt people. They're spending their reactions to stop people from being able to move past them. They're doing things that get their teammates to safety. You know, they're
Stuff like compelled duel, as I imagine what
yeah,
you're thinking of.
yeah. There's a ton of stuff out there.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
depending
actually
on your
one that I
build.
know off the top of my head. I have a lot of shit memorized, as you could tell that I just was able to know Tiamat's abilities off the top of my head.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a ton of stuff out there that can be used for it, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people think that if they're not attacking, if they're not dealing damage, then it's not worth it to them. A perfect example is Tristan going through some of his spells. A lot of his spells are all with the main purpose of killing or making it easier to kill people. He has absolutely no supplemental spells that we know of.
Indeed.
So that's the bad way to build a wizard. The wizard has a ton of spells. You know, a good majority of them are supposed to be supplementary.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
i.e. mage armor, shield.
mage armor, shield. There's stuff that could easily be used to subdue people. You know, he should have stuff like mend. He should have stuff that, you know, like identify.
Wizard cantrip?
I don't know if they could get mend or not. I think so, but I could be wrong.
I thought that was cleric and paladin, or cleric, but I can check.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't remember.
Yeah, here. Because I think that I know artificer can get it. I know that
Druid, sorcerer, wizard.
yeah. So there you go. Wizard can
Yeah.
get it,
Yeah.
which is weird. You wouldn't think, but I guess that there are like metallurgists.
Well, so it's not. Keep in mind, the whole pursuit of magic is being able to do the mundane without making it mundane. Their whole thing is to surpass like a lot of the manual labor of stuff.
Yeah.
Some
Also,
wizards develop a superiority complex that would make it so that they would want to be able to mend their own stuff instead of have to go seek the assistance of a lowly armor smith or a cloth maker or anything like that.
or here's like an example that would probably make like put things in more perspective for you. Say you're a wizard and a page of your fucking spell book gets ripped. Mending.
Yeah, the problem with mending is unfortunately it doesn't restore any magical properties that an object might have. Luckily, I don't think a spellbook counts for that because it's just word. But if you have like a +1 dagger or I guess anything that would have runes in it or something in general, it would get fixed in that sense.
Well, keep in mind, a +1 dagger isn't magical.
I always thought it was.
No, we just covered this earlier tonight. +1 is not magical. It's sharper or sturdier or whatever. It does not constitute magical for damage resistance and stuff
then
like
why
that.
are they uncommon magic items if they aren't magical?
I think it's for the sake of like rolling on like treasure tables or like
That's why.
picking from. Yeah. If anything, it's like probably not +1, but like a +2 or 3 would be like a mithril sword or something if you want to use Lord of the Rings terms. Unless there's actual stats for mithril stuff.
There's actual stats for armor, which just makes it lighter.
There's also adamantium or whatever it
so
is.
that you don't get disadvantage on stealth rolls with it.
I'm just trying to give an example that you can understand, but
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So all I was getting at is, if we ever were to do high level stuff, we would need to have the right.
Yeah. We really didn't have any communication with this. We just did whatever seemed fun.
All right, fellas, I'm
Well,
gonna go.
this wasn't going to be a serious encounter at all. So,
This encounter, yeah, but like for the campaign in general, I mean, we just did whatever seemed like an interesting thing to do at the time.
I mean that's kind of the point. The problem is 2 of our members decided to go murder hobo.
Yeah.
The campaign is somewhere very different than what it
keep...
should be. I'm not saying that we're in a bad place with this campaign. I'm actually having fun.
Oh yeah.
But,
I mean, hey, I just knew I couldn't get out of that scenario because I'd basically already admitted to it, so I just took.
But you would have.
You could have easily gotten out of it.
I was trying to talk my way out of it with actual logic, and they.
So no, you couldn't. You probably couldn't have talked way out of it. That's why other people had to do it. However, Maroner's entire thing was about summoning a ram to go back and get you. Because after you would have walked the plank, which is the most likely outcome, that was the sentence. You walking the plank. You've already went through the sentence.
I would have just walked back up. I can walk on water.
Yeah.
Anyways, where I was going is, 1, you could have still lived after the sentencing. 2,
I mean, to be fair,
even if
they only sentenced me to death, I've already died. That means I've served my sentence.
So here's number 2, is there was no guarantee that you were going to be found guilty. The biggest thing is you decided to plead guilty. You used the word guilty. You did not say...
Guilty. They said the word guilty. I just had literally said I punched the captain and he died. That is all I said. And I also emphasized several times I did not mean to kill him. I was only trying to incapacitate him.
I think we're gonna have to rewatch the thing, because I could have swore you said technically yes or some kind of bullshit like that.
No, I didn't. I just said all I did was try to incapacitate him. I just punched him harder than I tried. I didn't know my own strength, and I punched him too hard. Was basically the gist of what I said.
Anyways, I'm pretty sure I heard guilty come out of your mouth because I remember face palming at it.
I never said the words guilty. They said the words guilty, not me.
Mitsu, do you remember?
No.
Yeah.
My entire case was I did not mean to kill him. Did I kill him? Yeah. Did I mean to? No. I can't deny that I killed him. That is a fact. Did I mean to? Did I intend to? No. And you know what murder relies on? Intent. So therefore I did not murder him because murder relies on intent. It was, by definition, manslaughter. As I said, because manslaughter is an accidental death. By definition. I literally just punched him harder than I thought I was going to. Literally, I just exerted too much force.
But the problem is, you thought you were smarter than you were. The problem is, you decided to enter in facts that were not needed. You entered in information that makes it sound like you did kill him, knowingly killing him.
But I didn't make it sound like that. I literally said I was trying to incapacitate him because he was going to kill the entire crew by making it so that you guys wouldn't have been able to restrain him and thus cause much higher casualties to everyone around him, thus showing that he was a danger to the crew, which would have meant that legally he was causing a danger to everyone, which means that legally a mutiny would have been allowed. Not that I would have known any of that information, but I would have logically been thinking he was being a threat to everyone else, so I need to put him in a restrained scenario so that he isn't causing a threat to everyone, including himself. If anything, what I was trying to do was help him and everyone else by making him stop.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're using the
he's went against me for doing that. Therefore, I wasn't a mutineer because the crew was trying to attack me. A crew that had already been proven and decided to be mutineers.
Here's the thing.
Brought up or discussed.
Here's the thing. Is you're using the I killed him to stop something as your excuse. Yeah. Even if you didn't intend to kill him, that's what you're using. I can tell you right now, if you thought someone had a bomb to their chest because they're really they're just ranting about it, and you go up and try to subdue the guy and kill the guy, if he has no bomb on his chest, or you cannot prove the intent that he was going to use said bomb, you have committed murder. You knew what you were doing.
Manslaughter, though, because I didn't preemptively decide to kill him.
If you step in
Also,
knowing that he
to be
has to
fair,
be
that would
stopped?
still
Because keep in
count
mind,
as a
you're
threat.
making the argument that it has to be stopped. And you're making that point in a way that implies no matter what. Because obviously
Yeah,
that's what
but
happened.
everyone
You
was
went
on
at
the
it
ship,
and,
so I
hey,
had
he
witnesses.
died. But here's the thing. You were literally talking to the people that were shooting at you, right? You don't know at the time that they were going to take you peacefully. Now, you could have that gut feeling,
No,
which we
I
did.
literally been able to figure out that they weren't trying to kill us. They were literally just shooting randomly, and people happened to die. So I was trying to prevent any more accidental deaths.
We had
I
that
literally
gut
figured
feeling.
that out.
There was no way for us to know for sure. All right?
I mean,
So
how
that's
would
the
they have been able to
scenario.
target us accurately from that distance? How would they have been able to determine who was on the deck? Answer: they couldn't. They were
Here's
just
the
shooting
thing.
randomly at the ship. With
Here's the thing.
chainshot, which they
If
literally said
they are
was
on a
trying to
ship,
stop the
if they are on a ship faster than us, why would they need to fire at all?
I mean, but
They were catching regardless.
Yeah, and they were still.
So-
They literally
so-
said.
so
one of
here's the
people
thing,
in the
you're
crew literally
trying-
said, Captain, they're trying to slow us down. They are firing chain shot.
Well, yeah. Slowing
Yeah,
us
so
down.
we
You don't know
literally
that's
knew that they were
peaceful.
trying to slow us down and incapacitate us.
That's what
rather than
pirates
trying to kill us.
do. That's what pirates do. You are trying to base the fact that you
Well,
stopped
they
the captain
also were taking
because
us
you
in
knew
peacefully and not trying to kill us.
you didn't know that they had
They
killed
literally
people.
said that. They literally came on with no threat.
That was after the fact. You can't argue that you had
Yeah, but
knowledge
they
of
would
something
know that.
before it
If
happened.
anything, that'd be more solid evidence of trying to get them to stop so that we could go back and fight. Because my rationale would have been, hey, let's let them come to us so that we can take them out. So no matter what, I would have a panic defense.
All right, but no, you wouldn't, because
Yeah, I
at the
would,
end
but
of
I was
it,
trying to
when you're
clear my
panicked,
own-
when
I
you're
literally
when you're
always
in a
got my
panic,
panic ball.
when you're
Whether
in
it
a
was
panic
on
on this
it's
situation, you're supposed to listen to the captain. So
Yeah,
that
I
goes
just
out the
also
window.
hindered the entire crew by not stopping and not listening to any logic whatsoever.
But here's the thing: none of us had proof. They had
Yeah,
sent
we
no
did.
message. They
He
had not.
literally was saying, let's keep on going, while people were dying and getting hit with cannonballs and completely
Right,
disregarding.
but there was no guarantee that we weren't going to die when they caught us.
Yeah, but there was a higher chance of stopping them by sitting still than by them shooting us with cannonballs. We would have
How do you know that? I could make the argument that
they
they only had 2 cannonballs left. You
had
you
two
can't argue
cannons
that.
left. They had 2 cannons. They had
But
seemingly
hey,
infinite
as far
cannonballs.
as I know, they only had 2 cannonballs left. If we had just kept running, they never would have caught us. They would never sank us. I'm using the exact same
They
logic you're
fired
using.
like 8 times in a row. I'm pretty
That's
sure
the
they had
problem
more than
is
2
you need to
cannonballs.
use facts, and you don't use facts. You
I did
try to
use
sound
facts.
like you are, which is why your guy is
It is
dead.
a fact that I did not purposely try to kill him. It is a fact that they were not trying to kill us. It is a fact that they had more cannonballs left, and we could reasonably assume that they would have more cannonballs left. Because they would definitely have
It is
more
a
than, like,
fact. It is a
15
fact that
cannonballs
you did
on the
not know
ship.
any of that.
Yeah, I literally knew that they were trying to stop us because we literally were able to figure out that they were trying to stop us.
We had a gut feeling. Mitsu never said, you guys know this. He says, you guys feel that
No,
it's a
he literally said
reasonable...
you were able to infer, which means that we were able to
Yes.
logically infer and figure that out.
But
Inference
infer
you
does
know
not mean it's right. Infer
yeah, it
means
does,
an
but we were able to
assumption.
look at the
An
facts and come to
assumption
a
means
conclusion.
it's not a guarantee. You can infer something and still be wrong.
Yeah, but even if that was the case, which it isn't, you would
But it
still be able
is.
to say that there's a higher chance of survival. So I would still have a defense of trying to protect as many people as possible. And again, I wasn't trying to kill him, so it still isn't murder. And
But-
also, it would be a mutiny, because guess what a mutiny is? By definition, it's a group. It's a group acting against the captain's instance.
Which you admitted to. You said that
tried to stop me?
you said the group was already
Who
attacking them and
mutiny.
you joined in.
Yeah, you know who tried to stop me? The crew that was mutinying. So how was I mutinying if the mutineers themselves went against me? How could I have been mutinying if the mutineers themselves.
But the
tried to
mutineers
stop
themselves
So-
didn't try to stop you. Only
They
one guy
didn't.
did.
They did not,
who wasn't
Godtier.
a
All the
mutineer.
crew were determined to be mutineers and a threat to be mutineers.
No, but
Therefore,
all the crew were not
they
determined to be
took all the
mutineers.
crew to be
The
mutineers.
only guy who attacked you was a not mutineer who was asleep, who came out and saw you attacking the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
So
can
that's
still
you
use the
again
people
making the.
most
You
for
inferred something
potential
wrongly
mutineers.
again.
'Cause that's
You
the
inferred that
information we had.
You
So with the
inferred
information
wrongly
that
that
we had-
every crew member was a mutineer. You
Yeah,
were
but with the
wrong.
information that we had was a threat of a mutineer. Every single fucking crewmate that we saw.
But what we knew, yeah, again, but what we knew we were getting attacked by a pirate ship or a ship that was firing on us.
That every single crewmate was discontent. Multiple times this was said. Multiple times this was repeated. Multiple times he basically
Discontent does
that
not
almost
equal mutiny.
Every crewmate in the entire area was a threat to the captain to some extent.
No, he said that everyone was in discontent. The captain, who he even added the extra warning that he is super paranoid, believes that everyone is a
if he's
risk.
paranoid, that means
But
he's
that's
even
it.
more a threat, 'cause that means he's mentally unstable. Therefore, he has to be stopped. So therefore, it is a legal mutiny.
No, it's not.
Yes,
At
it
best,
is.
it's vigilantism,
It's
which is still illegal.
By law, if the captain is mentally unable to lead the crew, which if he's paranoid, he isn't mentally able to lead, that means you can stop him.
But he took proper precautions. He hired somebody to stop them if there was a mutiny. He
Right.
wasn't so mentally unstable that he wasn't able to do his job. He was doing his job quite fine. You are not a doctor. You are not able to discern.
He killed people.
He
just
did. He
randomly
killed people,
based
which Pachaco said were mutinying.
Yeah, he was so paranoid that he killed people just off of one person's thing.
Because he hired you guys to stop mutiny, so he trusted you guys. That's showing that he is capable of doing his job. You are not a doctor. You are not able to discern. You are not a doctor. You are a woodland creature. You are not able to discern who is and is not able or fit for their job. The captain has shown.
He's gonna literally cause us all to die, Crow.
So you think.
But you didn't know any of that.
Yes.
This is what I got here. You need to stop being you. You are a drunkard.
Bro literally said that if he continues to lead us on, that everyone could die.
Yes, could
First
die.
of all, he told that to people that succeeded in a role.
Yeah,
I don't
which
believe
was
you
me.
were it. I had to call it out and say, hey, guys, I'm not 100% sure. This was my wording. Not 100% sure, but I think they just want to close the distance. I was
and
not
was
going to
able find that out
volunteer.
as well. I found
Were
that
you?
out literally before you announced it.
Were you?
Yes, I rolled the insight as well.
Everyone rolled insight. That didn't mean you passed.
Yeah, I did pass. Watch the VOD. I passed. And Crow literally said, same thing as Mariner found out, you can consider that they're just trying to stop you. And then he also said later on that if the captain doesn't stop, that it will kill more people more than likely. Because anyone could have been a target. So I was
Consider,
considering the
more than
safety of
likely.
the entire
Those
crew.
are all
If the
words.
captain
That
was being
means it's
so
a
mentally
possibility.
unstable
It is
that he
not a
physically
sure
wouldn't
thing.
let us stop. Even though I literally said, hey, Captain, it might be a good idea for us to stop so that if they are hostile and on the off chance that they are trying to kill us, we could probably fight back against them and have a better chance of survival rather than them just dartering us down, killing more people, and then killing us. Because that would just put us at a greater disadvantage. So no matter what, the captain was clearly unstable or just doing his job terribly. Because he was literally leading everyone on a fucking suicide mission.
No,
No
because
matter what.
you even admitted right there that you were willing to accept both scenarios. Both scenarios could lead to death. Both
and I was saying
scenarios
that we would have
could
a
lead to
better
more
chance,
fighting.
though. And in this better chance, we
How do
would've
you
lived.
figure? You don't know who's on board that ship. You don't know who's still fighting
Yeah, but it's
on
a
our
better
ship.
chance than them killing us all with cannons gradually.
Again, you don't know how many cannonballs they have.
Right, so what I'm hearing
Yeah,
is
I don't care how
you
many
took a judgment
cannonballs
call
they
that a
have.
captain should have made, and because it wasn't with what you believed, you killed the captain.
Yeah, and I didn't try to kill the captain, so it's your
But you
fault.
attacked him.
Yeah,
and killed him.
I didn't kill him. Or try to.
You mutinied him over a different point of view.
That's not
You
a different
had
point of view.
no
It was a fact that
authority
we would have all died if he had just kept on going.
So this is what the captain is for, to make hard calls like this. The captain made the hard call to, rather than stand and fight, run away and maybe live, rather than stand and maybe live. You don't follow that point of view, and so you attacked him and killed him.
Yeah, and that would be a legalese way of saying that it wasn't a mutiny. Because it literally, in law, says that if he is causing something that's literally a suicide mission, which that was, and
But
you
it
said
worked
that,
either way. You were already in trouble. First of all, a suicide mission is different than it being ambushed.
yeah,
And just so
running
you know,
away would've literally been a
by the
suicide
way,
mission.
if you're going to cite freaking military law, you would have been in the wrong. And even if you had not killed him, you probably would have faced execution because you do not surrender the ship. That is a staple of naval law. So if you were going to surrender the ship to a pirate or possible hostile force, you would have been the one at fault. And if you were, if
they were hostile, we fight them. That was
well, but
literally my words, Mariner.
here's the thing, though. But if you lose, you've lost the ship. In naval,
That's not surrendering, though. If you lose,
don't
you
want them on
lose.
your
It's
ship.
different from surrendering.
You want the ship to go down if the worst happens. So you keep running. If they sink the ship, then that's fine. But give them the opportunity to board your ship.
I was never going to give them the opportunity, though.
Yes, you were. That's exactly what you wanted. And that's exactly what we allowed to happen as soon as it was back.
My intention was to kill them in that scenario. They've never boarded the ship if they're dead.
We didn't know their intent until after they were on board. You didn't tell them not to board, and they didn't listen. And so no, you can't argue what didn't happen. You're trying to argue whatever suits your argument best, but you're not using facts.
I'm just saying, if
you're digging your hole deeper.
They weren't attacking us, which they clearly weren't. They didn't act hostile at all. They didn't.
Yes, they did. They came in and immediately took control of the ship.
Yeah, and then they left. They didn't take control at all. They didn't start piloting at all. They went there, saw what the cargo was, and left.
No, they blew up the ship and killed the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
They killed everyone.
That was the best case scenario. The rest of them died anyway, and they really didn't have enough ability to sustain that people. That makes more sense than just killing the people outright when you don't know what's there, because they were literally supposed to investigate it. How can you investigate something that's at the bottom of the sea? You can't.
But they took control of the ship as soon as they got there.
But they didn't take control. They just went on it, looked at it, and then left.
They took control. We were not allowed to do anything. It was very clear they took control of the ship.
I mean, they had you do things.
And you did not make a single move to prevent this. So that last argument you made was a flat-out lie.
Yeah,
you never tried to control the situation.
Yeah,
then don't lie. Then do not lie. Do not lie to try to make an argument sound better.
Hey, I said aggressive. They were never, ever being aggressive. I literally said in an aggressive scenario, I would have been trying to stop them.
They were aggressive. They shot us with cannons. They took over our ship.
Remember when they did take over the ship, one of the crewmates charged at them and they fucking Rocky beheaded them.
Yeah, because they were being attacked. That's self-defense.
It's still aggressive.
That's self-defense, though.
They never once. No, no. They never once identified themselves as peaceful. They never once, tried to stop it peacefully. They were very much aggressive. They were taking a stance. They were getting what they wanted, regardless of what we wanted. You had no idea what they wanted.
Anyone until they were attacked. How is that aggressive?
Because they shot our ship up to take us over.
Yeah, and they weren't trying to be aggressive about it. So what?
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. They only attacked when they were attacked.
You love legalese, but you apparently don't know the definition of aggressive.
Self-defense is self-defense.
We were never a threat to them.
And then they were like,
aggressive means they
didn't get a chance to do anything because the guy just charged them without any fucking warning.
Yeah, because they boarded our ship. They did not
attack or confront anything, Crow. So that doesn't even matter because they weren't there.
They attacked immediately. They fired upon
Yeah.
you
Attacked
guys.
when attacked. If anything, that sailor was aggressive.
They attacked us first. They did
They
not
never
try to
did
hail
anything,
us.
though.
They did not signal us. They did not do a single thing that was not
They were
aggressive.
trying to restrain us, though. They weren't attacking,
Aggressively!
They were really trying to restrain us.
Aggressively!
But they're still trying to stop you aggressively. They came in aggressive. They came in shooting out of their cannons.
They
Yeah,
did not
were
try to
just trying
signal
to
at
stop
all.
us, though. So I don't really consider that an attack. They were only trying to stop us.
But
So if I
Just
shoot
like
you
I
in
was
your
only trying to
kneecap,
stop the captain,
if I shoot
but-
you in the kneecap to just claim that I wanted to stop you from walking away from me, you would consider that non-aggressive?
Yeah, but I wasn't trying to attack you first. Or you weren't trying to...
We weren't trying to attack them first! It's
Yeah,
the
but
same
they consider us
scenario.
criminals,
If
but
you
they
and I,
extended.
right now, if you started to walk away from this conversation and I capped you in the knee,
Yeah, but you don't think I'm
are
a
you
criminal.
are you saying?
Yeah, but you don't think I'm a criminal. You aren't a cop.
I
And you
mean, your
want me to
arguments are
hire
fairly
specifically
criminal.
for a
I
scenario
mean,
where you're being authorized to use deadly force, which they were.
you didn't know they were.
Yeah, but guess what? We knew afterwards, and they said that they were here to investigate.
That doesn't matter. You love speaking legalese. You know that you cannot
They were
use
still
anything
here to
in
investigate,
court.
and they stated that though.
You
They literally
cannot
said They were
use.
here to investigate things.
That's well after. That's when we were headed down below. That's after all the aggressiveness. That's after boarding
No,
our ship.
They literally attacked the guy, and then they were like, "Hey, let's get this guy tied up because he killed the captain." Which I'm still not sure why they cared about that, because they're just investigating pirates basically. But that's aside. I mean, I don't know why they would care about me killing the captain of the ship that they were trying to stop, because it only benefited them.
Because it didn't.
It did benefit
In
them.
in
though. Me
in
killing
in
the
your
captain made the
no
ship stop.
in your own little spiel, if they were non-aggressive and they were trying to do it for justice, they would want the captain. They would
Yeah,
want the
but no,
person
they were just trying to get the
responsible.
ship to stop and find out what was in there. Even the captain didn't know what was in there.
True, but he
So
does
it
know
wouldn't
who
matter
hired
if-
him, and he does know where they were going. Both of what the new ship does not know now that the captain is dead.
Yeah, but if they wanted it, then they could have just grabbed the body and had what's
Anyways, the point is, and there's no arguing this, the point is, your character assisted in the mutiny. It doesn't matter what he believed. If you honestly believe that stuff that you're spouting, then maybe you could claim that your character was insane. Maybe you're right. Maybe he was so panicked that he couldn't think straight.
I mean, that's literally what I already said. I could plead a panic defense because it was such a chaotic scenario. That was literally the only way, which would make sense because, like I said, I literally put more force than I intended in the plunge. I also had gone into it saying I want to stop him. I never said I'm trying to kill him. I only killed him because I got an unlucky crit. If I hadn't crit, he would have just gotten knocked out.
No, you killed him because you didn't say non-lethal.
Yeah.
No, I literally said I was just trying to stop him.
Right, but that's not
You
non-lethal.
didn't say non-lethal.
I was very clear that entire time about non-lethals, because the next guy you did say non-lethal after you fucking knocked him in the knees.
Not to mention, you were there when Pachaco made that mistake the session earlier.
Well, he was using a sword. He couldn't do it non-lethally.
No, he's a monk.
Yeah, and you can use non-lethal with your swords.
You said he couldn't.
Yeah, you can. You can use the back of the sword. There's tons of ways to use the sword
Crowvithian
non-lethally.
said that you can't use the sword non-lethal. I remember that specifically. He tried them. He's like, "Oh, can I use the sword non-lethal?" And Crow said, "You can't." He said, "Oh, okay, I'm just."
Because he had a short sword. I'm pretty sure the short sword was piercing. I told him you can't use a piercing weapon as non-lethal because you can't.
Right.
Pierce,
If you're piercing someone, you can't.
You can still hit
Use
him
it
with the pommel though,
but that's not piercing,
or you can hit him with the backside of it.
which makes no damage at all because it's a short sword and it only does piercing.
So what you're saying is you can never use a weapon outside of what its damage type is.
No, you just can't non-lethally stab somebody.
If a sword is made to be thrust, you can
Right.
only
well,
thrust
I was
it.
saying that you could just hit him and then replace the damage with the bludgeoning damage instead.
Well,
But
all
you
right,
Get
but
whatever that would be. I don't know.
but
if
here's the thing. If you're going to use a thrusting weapon with a completely different motion, like now instead of going forward and out, you now have to come down from overhead to hit them with the pummel or punch them even. It's a different action, meaning you still would not get any of the bonuses to your weapon
yeah.
because it's not your practiced form.
Unless it is.
Which I told him he could. That's why I told him he could just punch non-lethally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I literally specifically remember you saying that.
But I
But you still have to
specified.
say non-lethal.
I mean, you also had never asked me if I was punching non-lethal or not on him as well.
You never said
It's
it.
not his job to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I literally just said I was trying to stop him. I never said I'm trying to
But
kill
you didn't
him.
say non-lethal.
You
I
love
didn't say what,
you
but I
love
said
to
I was
be
trying to stop him, though.
you love to be the rule lawyer. You love to state how much you know about the game, how you know Tiamat's abilities. You should know. You should notice that the ones that are very proud of their D&D knowledge, like yourself and myself, we are held to a higher standard. Someone like my brother who was brand new, yeah, Mitsu will ask, hey, did you want to do this lethally or non-lethally? You and I should know. I know that if I am ever going to attack someone and I do not want them to die, even if it's not anywhere close to the death blow, I'm going to say non-lethal.
Well, I thought that me saying I'm trying to stop him would be enough for Crow to think, oh, he's trying to just.
Well, and you
him,
can
not
stop
kill him.
somebody by killing them. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, sure, but you can also stop someone by knocking them out. I
Sure,
thought
but
that was
nobody.
enough.
You haven't done any non-lethal up until that point. So why would that instance be
I
non-lethal?
hadn't fought anything except for a rat that was trying to kill everyone until that point.
You have to keep in mind, default is to kill. If you wanted to not kill, you have to say that.
Technically,
That
the
has
default
been
is
D&D forever. D&D
Technically,
forever
the
has
default
been.
If things just automatically die, and it's technically a variant rule, I think.
No,
What?
things dying is
Or
the
is it
normal.
other way around?
Keeping them knocked out isn't the variant thing.
Did I mix it up? Because for some reason I thought that things could just roll death saves like everyone.
No, that is
No,
not true at all.
That is a variant that Mitsu started doing because of me, because I had pets or NPC followers. And I remember having this conversation with Mitsu. It is very much a variant.
Yeah.
NPCs are supposed to die right away.
For
If
some
you
reason I
screw
thought that
up,
it was-
yeah, if you screw up and kill someone that you didn't want to kill, the idea is you don't get that chance to fix it. You need to be careful of your actions before you make them, not after.
Well, like I said, I thought that was enough, and that's my bad, because, I mean, I don't know if I've told you this, but I do have a communication disorder, so I don't really say things in a way that is always comprehensible, or communicate my ideas in the best of ways, so that is my fault.
Well, the other thing is you apparently do not take what people tell you to heart either.
Well, I
it's
honestly too.
You need to. So I can tell you right now, I have dyslexia. I will say the wrong words. I will mix them up. I cannot pronounce stuff to save my life.
Oh yeah, we noted that at some
Yeah.
point.
You know, I could not talk until 4th grade.
Yeah,
I could not read or write until high school. All right? I worked my ass off to get to where I am. And I will tell you right now, I do not want that as an excuse. If I say the wrong thing, call me out. Don't assume that I messed up. Ask for clarification. If that's how you are, then double check. I did one of the things that a lot of people with dyslexia don't do. I became a banker and I worked retail. I worked with money. I worked with numbers. I can tell you right now, I had to triple and quadruple check my transactions. I counted my money out. I made sure that if it said 12, I gave them 12 and not 21.
Well, you see, the problem with that for me is that I haven't been aware of my particular picks for more than a year, so I haven't been able to do as much about it in any particular sense.
Anyways,
Well, I haven't had enough time to really get at my ability to communicate effectively. I've started to, but I still obviously make mix-up because, like I said, I thought that would be enough of an indication.
then let me tell you, your number one step is if someone tries to correct you on something, take it to heart. Say, hey, okay, can you explain that to me? Don't stick with your hole in the ground. It's really hard to do. Trust me, I know. Don't stick to your hole in the ground and just keep digging. Just say, hey, okay, maybe I didn't understand it. Maybe I got ahead of myself. D&D takes a lot of mental prowess. D&D takes a lot of, computing if you're playing the level we are. If
Math,
you
be like.
not math at all, but it's the ability to section off the information you're working off of. We have information that is called meta information that our characters would not know. Our characters also have an intelligence rating and a wisdom score of their own. Just because we know something doesn't mean they would know something. Kind of like we talked about survival skills. Just because it's very common knowledge for us now doesn't mean it was common knowledge back then. And then you also have to double check it by what your character would know and how. One thing you constantly, when we were having that whole snow and drinking water conversation about, one thing you constantly missed that I was asking you is I was not asking you how you knew or how the science works or anything like that. I was asking you how your character knows. And you couldn't explain it, or you chose not to. You decided to just argue the science. And no one was arguing the science. We were arguing how your character would know it. When was your character up where it snowed to the point where they would know that snow equals water?
Probably
More to the
mountains.
point, but how? What's your character's backstory? Most of us have all.
He would have permitted in the Humblewood itself, which does have a mountain in it. I checked. There's a mountain there.
And okay, is that where you grew up?
I mean,
did you write a backstory
in the forest and then gone off on my own way as a hermit?
And you wrote that in your backstory then?
I mean,
mine talks about the adventures he had with Robin Hood, and my backstory covers the broad range of where he went. That's what a backstory's for. And it's for points like this, where if you're going to say like, oh, well, I would know this because I went to the University of Skyrim. Well, okay, why isn't that in your backstory? That seems like a pretty big, milestone. You went to university. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'll add that. And then the next session is like, oh yeah, no, I served on the Arctic exploration team, and that's how I know how to make water in the Arctic. Okay, why isn't that in? And we've dealt with character or players that constantly are trying to morph their character to fit the current standing. Your character should be locked in place the first session. One thing we don't do that a lot of sessions will is it's called a session 0. That's where you come in, you build your characters, you establish the world that you're entering, you can establish how your characters met, and then you really work what your character knows and what not. It's a session literally dedicated to your characters, your group, and the world that you're about to enter. We don't do that. Not that that's wrong.
It's just something that we don't do.
Yeah, not that that's wrong, but one thing I would say is if you want to have something in your backstory that you can pull from, write the backstory. Mitch is really good. If you write your backstory, he'll let you pull from your backstory as long as it's not like, oh yeah, I ascended to godhood and now at will I can turn into a level 20 god or something.
No, level 50, man. Make it level 50 or
yeah. But yeah, so that would be my advice. One person to another is just take your ego out of it and just say like, hey, all right, maybe that was a bad play. Hey, I see how that's going. One, you like to compare fantasy versus modern reality. And even though, from my personal knowledge, being someone in California, ties to the Navy, lots of law, literature, review and stuff like that, it doesn't fit with my knowledge. That's really the not point. The point is we're in Fantasyland. Try making any of this stick in Pirates of the Caribbean or anything back then, and yeah, laws weren't really as heavily enforced. No one's. Well, I mean, there was law, but no one's going to care if a pirate.
There wasn't like law in the sense that we consider it because it was very what's the word I'm looking for? Non-standard across areas, I guess.
Right. So Britain thought that they could enforce their law around the world. So
Yeah,
if you
then
got
they,
caught by the
they
Britain,
got
you
beat by
were
farmers.
yeah. So it's that kind of thing, and that's where we are. And even nowadays, there's international water. I don't know if you know this. One of the reasons some cruises are very popular is you can go into international water and certain laws, do not apply. That's
Yeah,
how
can,
you
like,
can
do
leave
certain things.
California, get 30 miles off of the coast, and hey, gambling's legal now. Drinking age is different now. All this stuff changes as soon as you get into international water. Now, there are some things that no matter where you are in the world, certain things will hold you accountable. I don't know if you knew this, but there was actually a case, 2 or 3 years ago, where the first outer space or in
Oh, I think I heard
orbit
about that
crime
actually. Wasn't it like the
crime
Maryland
happened.
thing?
And legally speaking, they weren't able to enforce the law from any country on them, but NASA already had it covered in their contract. And that is how they catch people on cruise ships, container ships. It's all you sign it away when you go. You're still saying that you're going to follow, laws. So that's how they got her. Is she had, quote unquote, hacked into something, and they were still able to prosecute based on the fact that
Oh, yeah, right.
NASA,
I forgot that the first one was a woman.
yeah,
I forgot about that. I saw that as a meme actually, like back in the day. Wow, that was so long ago.
yeah,
What year was that actually?
2 or 3 years ago. I know I was working where I'm currently at.
Let's check.
It would have been maybe 2018, 2019 at the latest.
Yeah, I see an article from 2019, but it says it was last year.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
2018.
so the station from 2018 and 2019 acknowledged that they accessed someone's bank account.
It was like her ex-husband's or something. Anyways, yeah, I remember it
Yeah,
vaguely. But yeah, they had to go over a whole new precedent for how to enforce it, and I think the only way they could enforce it was using the NASA contract and that kind of stuff.
yeah, it was by their spouse. It wasn't an ex-husband; it was just their husband.
Yeah. So, anyways,
God,
so
I
yeah,
forgot about that story.
yeah. So that's where I'm going. Is the other thing, and this is very common when it comes to military law, is there is no oversweeping generalization on things. And there's quite a few people in this Discord right now that if you ever tried to blanket anything in regards to military life or, laws at sea or anything, they will verbally bitch slap you that no, if you're a Marine, your rules on a ship are going to be different than a naval officer on a ship.
Yeah, because I imagine the naval officers get a little bit more leeway with what they can and can't do.
I'm using naval officer very, very broadly.
Oh,
Navy
yeah, well,
branch
even
versus
officers,
Marine
like a
branch.
huge amount of like different roles. I know.
So there's
Like,
rules
there's
and
a
stuff
huge
like
amount
that.
of people that can, who are applicable for that title.
Right.
As
The
well
other
as the fact
thing,
that the Navy in general is just treated better.
right.
than-
The other thing I would point out is if someone panics that has had training or at least has been in the position of law enforcement, military, whatever, they don't get the same plea of manslaughter. If you panic and shoot someone because you're scared that they have a gun without confirming it, no, that's very bad.
Yeah, whereas I've been on a ship in my entire life.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is you're really trying to generalize things, and you can't. The world is not black and white. There's plenty of shades of gray out
Oh
there.
yeah, well,
So every
as well as
scenario,
I don't have enough research to like
right?
say like all the different things because like that information isn't available to me. So
Well,
I can only find what I find, you know.
right. So and that's the thing is I don't know if you've heard this. Is very knowledgeable. I almost always lead to my knowledge from my personal experiences, from what I've been told. Now, I can document all those. I can tell you who I heard it from. I can show you my source that I read it from. But that is the only knowledge I have. I am by no means stating that, hey, what I am telling you is 100% accurate to every scenario that we're covering. Because it's not.
Well,
Everything
yeah.
is going to be skewed. I can tell you about, human trafficking from my own personal
Knowledge
jury
of it.
experience. And that might not be true to someone that actually either experienced it or had their own jury experience where they heard even different stuff.
Oh, you were on jury duty and you heard about it then. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. But
Um,
I misheard you and I didn't know what you said. I'm like, wait. Mariner
No.
knows about human trafficking. Let's
Yeah.
back it up.
But so one, I always try to make it very clear. I'm only speaking about what I know. Now, if you have knowledge that, is better than mine, or even just confronts mine, I'm willing to say, okay, either let's willingly disagree, agree to disagree, or, oh, hey, you have a better source. I might have a document from a cop, whereas you actually have documents from a Supreme Court that covers the whole thing in detail. In those
how
cases,
it's handled in terms
yeah,
of like, the judgment of it.
right, because they researched the incident opposed to me just reading how the incident went down. So that kind of thing is pretty easy. But if it's like, hey, you have an uncle in the police and they did this, and I have a friend's brother that's in it, and I heard this,
Even more distant.
well, we're friends, but they're part of our car club. So again, I always try to make sure that I give the best benefit of the doubt. So even though I consider him a friend, in this case, I don't talk to him every month. I don't talk to him more than a handful of times a year. Even though we've talked at length, I'm not going to say that this is someone that I'm going to hear every single story from.
You can't say that that's someone that you are well associated with. It's just someone you're associated with in general.
Right. We're well associated. We've driven each other's cars. We trust each other. He's a cop. He's done cop stuff for us. I know him better than an acquaintance, but
you wouldn't say
again,
that you're
I'm
best fucking buddies of all time.
right. I'm not going to say that I got ride-alongs with him and I know what this stuff is firsthand.
That'd be sick if you could get a ride along.
Here they actually do ride-alongs quite often.
I need to. What are the rules or like regulations?
All right, I'm dipping. This has gone on way too long for me.
Sorry, Mitsu. Did you want to comment on anything? It sounds like we've resolved it.
I've had this recording, by the way, for the entire time.
Oh, great!
I had no reason. And I'm debating whether or not to delete it or go in and fucking cut it because it's such.
Please cut it.
The problem is, you guys have argued with it throughout the session. There is no fully cutting it.
Well, no, just cut the after the session part. Cut it after Tiamat.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah, I think that would be the best.
I already hate the fact that my voice is out there and I sound like a pompous ass most of the time.
I mean, hey, I just sound like a fucking retard that doesn't know what they're talking about.
3 hours and 18 minutes in length.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's all I'm trying to tell you, Godtier, is the big thing about this stuff, and this is why we've had so many issues with all of us, and this applies to Mitsu, it applies to me, it applies to Sean, applies to Tristan, applies to you, is we always come at stuff very confrontational. We come at it like, hey, my viewpoint is the only viewpoint that matters, or, hey, my viewpoint is the right one. You need to be willing to look at the different sides of it. Some of it you're just going to have to take with a grain of salt and be like, okay, Mitsu's the GM, it is fantasy. We can't argue modern day knowledge to correct something back then. You just can't. So some of it's a grain of salt on our part, but when we're talking, the biggest thing is come at it with a mutual respect. Now, if you had asked me why what you're saying doesn't fit, if you were asking me why self-defense doesn't work, I could have listed like, hey, first of all, self-defense really only implies immediate harm from them. Because you didn't know that running or stopping would result in a less risky situation, there was really no good scenario there.
I mean, I just
Most
consider
courts,
people less dangerous than cannons.
but here's the thing: you got to take into account that we're in a fantasy world where there's, you know, there's generals and admirals that can one-shot dragons. There's all sorts of things that are really scary out there.
Oh
We,
yeah.
we
Well,
don't.
I kind of figured that we didn't have one of them, just from the fact that they would have just come over and donked us
What's
if they
up,
were that
man?
strong.
Yo. But again, it's making assumptions. What was that, new person?
That was Pachaco. Hi, Pachaco. How's it going? I'm no
What?
longer the dumbest person in the voice chat. Huzzah!
Why? Oh, because
I
of
mean,
the-
that hasn't.